Hey, user 782, you're the first one on Encounters. Good evening. Crystal, Inda, and 709 TikTok, Catherine Grace, Diana Beal, everybody coming in here, welcome. Potol, Mark Farrell, Karen 55, Birdie B, Leah, welcome. Hey, One Toyota, good to see you. Hey, Chesno, good to see you, brother. Saw the thing of your dog earlier, very cool. Dr. Rowe, hello everyone. Hey, Mike Masters. Dubaloo, good to see you. Danny Thomas, 690. Hey, Chris, good to see you as well. Gina, good to see you. Thelma, good to see you. Everybody coming in here. Roy Kramer, all the people, new and old viewers of Encounters. Liana, thank you for the, and Dubaloo, thank you for the heart. Good to see everybody in here. Half Pint, good to see you. Everybody coming in here tonight. Star, always up there in the Boston area. Liana, everybody, Handy D, Marie Lou, hello Marie Lou, Faye, something BJ, let's see, Lisa, a lot of good folks coming in here. We're going to have a great show tonight, Jessica. We are going to, later in the show, show you some really good UFO footage. Forget the UAP deal. I'm going to show you some good orb UFO footage. Spaceship footage from Turkey that I was going to show last night. We're going to be a little bit smarter about the videos. Hey, Lucas, good to see you, Susan Mary. So we're going to show you the videos and try to leave out the other stuff so we don't get slammed by TikTok for, the content. Gil Farrow, good to see you. Chris, Michael, Michelle, good to see you. Welcome. Thank you for Tiny Deanie, Liana. Naked Hanger By, thank you for joining us. Pam, welcome to our show. It's going to be a good show tonight. I've talked to a few people on TikTok that are recording some really good footage, and hopefully some of those people will show up. Sandy Ham, welcome to the show. Susan, welcome to our show Encounters. If you're new to Encounters, hey Peggy, hello, Robert Gray 5191. Let's see, Kat, welcome. Kevin, welcome to our show. Summer Lazoya, the metal something. Jenny, welcome Jenny. Hello Robert. Kimberly, hello Kimberly. Good to see you with us here. Everybody coming in. Orchard, welcome Orchard. Stephen Douglas, welcome. Chazzy, I think it's Miss Lindsay. Mike Masters, welcome everybody. Marinade, peace, love, and light. Sean, welcome to the show. Everybody coming in here. Hexagon, hey, hello Hexagon, welcome 5555. Terry, welcome. Minnesota guy, welcome. Joel Weinstein, welcome Joel. Everybody coming in here for the first time. Tina, I see a lot of new names. We're always glad to have new people find us. Linus, this is the #1 spiritual UFO talk show on social media and right here on TikTok for over 3 years. Lupita, good to see you. Leslie, greetings. Greetings, Eddie, Blue, Ann, welcome Ann. Angelic, welcome. Kevin Presley, 51, thank you for joining us. Stargazer, hey Stargazer. John Cage. Sweet Tea, hey Sweet Tea. So welcome everybody to the show. Please share, like, and follow. The three things. Richard 35, welcome. Leo, welcome. Fozzie Jane, hello, good to see you. Everybody coming in here, please. When you see the hearts are what bring the numbers up. We're at 1.9, 2.0. So if everybody taps on the screen and shares, it'll bring the numbers up. Our goal tonight by 1 o'clock in the morning here on the East Coast is to do 100,000 by 1 o'clock. And we did that way earlier last night too. And we do have a UFO news segment of video footage. Hey, South Carolina High Girl, welcome to the show. And I will be showing you some video footage tonight. And I'm going to do it in a way that you're going to see the footage without it relating to getting me into a situation with TikTok. Because last night they didn't like me showing a video I showed because for whatever reason. But we're going to show you some footage because we're about disclosure, about cosmic truth. Hey, Belgium, good to see you in the house. I'm sure there's stuff happening in Belgium. I know Belgium's had a history of UFO sightings. There have been documentaries about that. Suzanne, welcome. User 327, welcome. And there's a thing called the Far Sight Institute. And there's a person with the Far Sight Institute. They have an account on TikTok, a gentleman talking about contact. And hey, Oxnard, California, welcome, Jose. Good to have you with us here. Big Dave, welcome to the show. Jay Frisbee, Rachel. Yeah, the wave of the 90s. Yeah, I know a lot about that. So Belgium's had a lot of stuff going on, and I'm sure Belgium right now has stuff going on with all this increase of orb activity around the world, including in Europe. So I'm pretty sure that's happening. Hispanic Beauty, welcome Hispanic Beauty 333. Arthur, welcome. Hey, Arthur, good to see you. Mark Jackson, welcome to our show, everybody. Oh, new people, Bambi, Rico, welcome, Rico. Kimmy Kim 975, user 80. So a little bit of background for the new people. My name is CmdrAleon. If you don't know who I am and you're just tuning in for the first time or watching, I'm a contactee, so I've been involved in the subject for a lot of years. I'm not a newbie here. I've had contact with positive space people in the 1960s, and they were men and women and young adults that were wearing light blue outfits in a spaceship. That was my first real encounter. So I'm one of those people that is not just interested in the subject, I'm part of the subject. You know, I've been there. I've had numerous sightings, two of which were in the 80s, two large spaceships one that was really close in a place called Naugatuck, Connecticut. The ship was about 2 football fields in length, and it was quite low, actually. I'm also a talk show host for over 21 years. I'm on a little bit of a sabbatical with WESU-FM in Connecticut. I've done a show called The Cosmic Eye for over 21 years. And so I am involved in the subject on the radio side. And Sean says, I believe. Hey, Kit Kat, good to see you with us. So I'm very heavily involved in the subject, invested in the truth. I want to see disclosure. I want to see the truth come out. Hey, Lillian, good to see you. And hey, Kit Kat, good to see you. So I'm also part of a CE5 group, Contact with Extraterrestrial Intelligence. So I'm very involved. We have a group in the warm weather here in New England. We get together and we go out to vector in spaceships. And we use CE5 activity, which is the CE5 application. So we know a lot about this. My girlfriend and I were contacted last night. Ramona Circle. I want to hear that story. And Ramona Circle, I'd like to bring you up. So you say you had a contact last night, you and your girlfriend. This I want to hear. You got my attention here. So that's what we do here. We want to hear these stories. If you've been contacted, been visited, taken on a spaceship, and I have had guests that have been taken really physically on a ship, I want to hear that story. This is the kind of stuff we do. We don't just do nuts and bolts stuff here. We get into the spiritual aspects of ufology. We get into people having visitations, people that are connected with the space people, the good people that have been abducted by the low vibrational ETs, people that are documenting video footage of sightings around their area, around the world. We're getting those videos emailed to us. We're looking at those videos. We take this very seriously now. We know that the government of the United States, when it comes to the subject, are not talking about the real things that are the most important. It's not the drones, it's the orbs. They talk about the drones. Everyone's talking about the drones. We know that's happening. Let's talk about the orbs. Let's talk about these other things that are now increasing around the country, from Arizona to Europe. I mean, I'm getting the footage. I'm seeing the footage, and you're going to see some of it tonight. When you see the footage from Turkey, it's going to blow your mind. It's not just a circular bright light or a bunch of them. It's an actual spaceship, and it has like a goldish, like a color. It's like almost vibrating. It's radiant. And it was somewhere in Turkey, probably near a city area or the outskirts of one. This woman and this man, talking in their own language, were videotaping this while they were driving. Now, she does move the camera, a little bit. And beyond that, the footage is really good, barring the ability to hold the camera in one angle. But the footage is very good. So this really, TikTok is becoming the center point for people uploading video footage on the subject of UFOs. I've seen more footage between 2024 and right into 2025. And forget about going to somewhere else. There are places to go, but this TikTok is really crucial because people here are recording and documenting stuff. So you have to be over 18. No foul language or cursing on the show. No smoking on the show. No drugs. No drunks. No paranormal discussion. No politics. No religion. I'm going to bring Ramona Circle up here and bring them on camera if I can. Let me see here. Well, I can do that. So, hey, good evening. Oh, they're already there. How you doing, brother?
I'm good. How about you?
Good. I always catch people's comments, and when I see stuff like that, I have to bring a person up because that's a real situation going on. Tell us who you are and what's going on with this contact.
So my real name isn't Ramona. It's Sebastian. I'm a heavy
Sebastian,
metal
okay.
musician. Um, I make my own music, but my girlfriend and I have gotten really interested in the topic of UFOs and aliens, and we've been doing our own research into it. I've looked a lot into what Alex Collier has to say about it, um, and I've also found myself connecting dots with the things that he's said and the things that are happening in real time in our country. I live in America. And so uh, I won't go into too much specifics because my girlfriend was contacted more than I was, and they told her that I'm pretty close to the truth and they need me to shut up because they can't protect me from where they're
Oh,
at.
really?
Yeah, they told
Well,
me to stop telling people what I know.
and when we say they, were these space people?
Uh, So Sarah described it as like a telepathic communication, the same way that the whistleblowers described it. It's like
Mm-hmm.
hearing your own voice talk in your head.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
I've been
Oh,
told
Sarah's
that.
right there.
Here, do you want to tell her? Or
Yeah,
do you want to tell
Sarah,
her?
come on the camera. Hey, Sarah, how are you?
Guys, sorry I look rough. I have the flu.
I hope you feel better. So this is the
Thank
number one spiritual UFO talk show in the whole country, right here on TikTok. I'm a professional talk show host on subject on NPR radio. So your speaking the truth here is very important because we're not going to laugh at you or anything. We're here to disclose things. We're here to bust the matrix. I've had people here that have been taken on spaceships. That I have a friend of mine in Vermont. I'm part of a group of 5 that are going to be taken off planet before the end of the year. So with the good positive ETs. So tell us your story because it really is important to tell the story. Because here, our show is recorded and put on TikTok, on YouTube, and I've got my YouTube channel, and this is where we do the live stuff. So you're on the right show here, and I'm glad you found us.
So basically, this all started for me a few months ago. I had a dream, and it just felt like a really intense, vivid dream. And it was like I was in this big building type of place, and I drew a picture of it to the best of my
Okay.
ability.
It ironically looks like a microchip.
Can you describe what the picture represents?
Can you hold it?
Yes.
So basically, turn it that way. So if you see right here, this is where you would enter.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's basically where all species human aliens would go to. And right here is like this big desk type thing.
Hmm.
And you would be able to trade and like get goods, and it's like a big bartering system. And
Hmm.
then there was these different other rooms. Over here, if you can see, is like a meeting area for
Mm-hmm.
all of the higher ups or like representatives of the different races to and I was able to see everything. But anyway, so that's where that
The
is
the
for them
meeting
all.
room, is it like a council room, like how you have Congress get together in a
Yeah, it
big
was like
room? So it's like that. So all these space people get together in this big room, and this is
hmm
where they meet, like all these different races
and
of
that's what they
beings.
showed me. But the main place I was at, it was like I knew about the other parts, but I didn't
Hmm.
physically go into it. But
Hmm.
I was mainly in this area, and it showed
Mm-hmm.
me this desk, and that's where we had trading. But the focus they wanted me to know is that there was going to be some kind of tax, which is not an actual tax, but the best way for me to understand it, which is basically that we'll all be bartering with each other in peace, going to these different rooms for like entertainment or
Mm-hmm.
whatever, different places.
They just need to
Hmm.
show.
They just needed to have proof of good faith, and that's what this tax type thing is. So
So
it's not like
yeah,
monetary, but
it's
they
not
told me
monetary.
that.
They don't
They
have money anyway in space. But go ahead.
Yeah. So like they were telling me that there's going to be some of us humans that are going to be fine with this tax, for lack of a better way of saying it, and there's going to be some of us that aren't going to be all right with it, and that's going to be kind of our conflict. But so that was my very first dream. Now what happened to me last night was way different.
Mm-hmm.
I had a
You had. I understand you had contact last night, correct?
Yeah, so
Tell us about that.
it picked up a lot last night. I had a dream. It's kind of hard to explain. It started off with them telling me about what I was told to call as flips, which is basically people that we see as human that might not be and might not have our best intentions, and that they try to talk super nice, but they keep conversations going pretty quick,
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
they try to get as much information about you as possible. So I'm not sure if that makes any sense. It
It
didn't
does.
completely for me.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Basically, what they're saying is there are people that they're saying they're good, nice people, but internally they're the opposite of what they say they are. Correct?
yeah, and they just try and get information out of you in a conversation, like
Mm-hmm.
who you actually are, and like your name, and like where you live, and different things.
Hmm.
And since that started, or since they explained that, before that, I actually met some people at my job that were doing that. And everything that they explained to me last night started making sense since I actually had these conversations with people in real life.
Mm-hmm.
And they end their conversations with a fist bump. And so
What is that supposed to mean? The fist bump.
Energy transfer.
I think it's like an energy transfer, because I have a dog and I pet my dog all the time and things like
Mm-hmm.
that. And since that happened, my dog started like losing nails, like his
Really?
claws. And it's like they're rotting from the inside
Oh
out.
my God.
And that's never happened before. He's like lost 2 nails
Oh
in the
my
past
gosh.
day.
And this all happened when they did this to you?
This happened before they contacted me last night, but when they contacted me last night, it was like that everything they were telling me made sense.
Mm-hmm.
But then after I had this dream, they started having me like when I woke up, I thought that I was asleep a lot longer than I actually was, and I looked at my
Mm-hmm.
phone and it wasn't even midnight yet.
Hmm.
And then I thought I was asleep for the whole night. And then sorry, my mind is blinking out. Oh
It's
yeah,
okay.
so after that they started talking to me, which was like my own voice in my head, but I wasn't asleep.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just like, oh, that makes sense. And then relaying information to my boyfriend. Oh, that makes sense. Relaying information to my boyfriend. It was like really kind of strange, but it like felt really relaxing, and I just kept dozing off a little. Not like dozing
Mm-hmm.
off as in asleep,
Mm-hmm.
but I was just like kind of in
Do
a
you
trance type thing.
now the diagram you showed about being which is on a spaceship, when you talk about this, you weren't really dreaming it, because there's a thing called excuse me, dreams that are like marshmallows and ice cream cones floating, and there's your dreams when you did directly have recognition of rooms and things, and this is where they meet. You wouldn't be able to describe specific things like that if it were just a dream. So
Yeah.
what you do is you went into what you call a dream state, but you really, when you were actually thinking you were sleeping, you either were astrally taken on the spaceship or you were physically taken on the spaceship, but you just don't remember that you were physically taken on the spaceship. You
Yeah,
understand what I mean?
that's the difference between these experiences because it's the most vivid dream per se that I've ever
Mm-hmm.
had.
Mm-hmm.
So it's been
And
pretty crazy.
so, who are the people that are connected on the spaceship that took you to these different rooms that were all from different planets? Those are the good people, correct?
I'm guessing so, but I didn't physically see anyone. It was
You
kind of
didn't.
like I was just there and
Mm-hmm.
they were just feeding me information while I was there.
Okay, they were
They
giving you
didn't see any
information.
faces or anything.
Yeah. So, how much time were you off out of the Earth plane and there? Do you remember how long it was that you were off planet?
I don't.
You don't remember. That's okay. That's okay. I know a lot about the subject, so I ask questions.
Not last night. He's talking about the spaceship dream.
Yeah. So the people that did not want you to speak and tell your truth, who are those people? Can you tell us? Were they Earth-based government people or were they other people?
The people that I met in real life,
Yeah.
or last night when I was being told information.
Right. Who doesn't want you to speak your truth? The people that are negative beings, or is it what can you explain that?
I don't think it's so much not wanting us to speak truth. I think it was just not wanting us to say too much or like end up saying too much and end up
Getting the wrong attention put onto us.
not being able to be protected completely
Right.
type of thing.
Well, so you're in a good place here because I work with the Ashtar Command. Have you heard of the Ashtar Command?
I haven't, have you?
The what?
The Ashkar command?
No, Ashtar, Ashtar, Ashtar Command.
Oh, my boyfriend has.
Oh, good. I am one of those people. Now, I am here, believe it or not. I have a human family and everything, but I also have a space family. I have two sisters, a brother, and a mother, and a father of planet. And my show is monitored by them. They watch the program from the spaceship. This is all real. I haven't really, but I'm telling you this because you can be protected and have more clarity. So one of the things, if you want me to do it, to protect you from any of the whatever those people were that did the fist thing to you,
Mm-hmm.
I can put a shield of protection around you both, and they'll never touch you ever again. And I mean that, to tell you the truth. I can protect both of you, and you'll never be touched by these people that are supposedly human, but they're not human, but they have negative intentions with the fist thing. We can stop that. I can stop that. Would you like me to do that for you?
Please.
Okay, I'd be happy to. So what I'm going to do for you, and people who are watching this show, I have the ability, and when I use the word power, I use it in a very positive way. I have the ability and the power to protect you. And I'm going to show you both how to do this. I want you to close your eyes. Okay? When you close your eyes, I want you to take a deep breath in through your deep breath in, breathe out of your nostril about 3 or 4 times until you're actually relaxed. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put so much light energy into your body and a shield around you that they will never touch you again. Ever. Ever again. And when you are done taking those deep breaths, breathing in and breathing out of your nostrils, we'll begin to put a shield around both of you. And also, we're going to clear residual energy and put a shield around your house. I'm going to do both of these things. This is my gift to both of you for coming here. Now that I know the story, I know that this will be good. And for anyone who does not know what I do, watch and look at what I'm doing, and you'll see that it's going to make a difference. I can do exactly what I say I can do.
I believe you.
I've been doing it for a long time.
Yeah.
So when you're ready, let me know. How do you feel?
It feels different. It feels lighter.
Feels different? And I haven't even done anything yet, but that's all right. My energy's there. So if you close your eyes, I'm going to do something here. Okay? If you want to come together a little bit closer, if that's possible. That's great. I want you to be comfortable. Don't feel uncomfortable here. So keep your eyes closed. I'm going to shoot energy in a minute. I'm going to put energy around both of your heads, and then I'm going to work a shield around both of your bodies. As soon as I start feeling the aura of both of you, which I will feel in a moment, what I'm doing right here, everybody, is I'm putting a light suit on both of their bodies. It's going to be very comfortable when I do it. When you start feeling the energy, let me know.
I think I do. Do you?
Yeah, I feel a heat.
Yes, a heat energy, yes. Now I'm going to put a shield around your body. What I'm doing, folks, is real. I'm not making this up. I'm not using any magic tricks here. I am a space person in human form. I'm with the Ashtar Command. I've been with the Ashtar Command all my life, ever since I came here. Let me do this here. I'm now going to go slowly down both of your bodies from the head down. You'll start feeling an energy shield around your bodies. I'm going to do this twice to make sure you're protected. And tell me if you're feeling the energy. I'm going slowly down so you can feel it. Mm-hmm. Okay. What I'm doing is, you won't be able to see what I'm doing to them, but what I'm doing to them is, it's an invisible, and please keep your eyes closed. It's an invisible shield. If you want to call it a spacesuit or a light suit, it's a shield that'll protect them from any negative ETs in human form. I'm almost done putting the shield on them. And as they keep their eyes closed, I'm going to shoot beams of light into their house or their living space outside the perimeters of their building. And I'm going to put a shield around their area where they live. And also the space beings that you're in contact with, I'm sending them a message to let you see where you are, that you have the right to see where you are, that they should not letting you see where you are and see them. If you're going to be taken on a ship, you have the right to see who you're with, and they need to allow you to do that. I'm speaking from an Ashtar Command's perspective. I'm sure they're getting my message. I come from the Christed levels of light. I come from the very high levels of light off planet on mission to Earth. And what I'm doing now is now almost completed. You can open your eyes now. How do you both feel?
Good.
Yeah, I feel good.
You feel good? Look at your face. I want to see your better half's face too. Your face looks good. Let me see you. Yes, you look a lot better. How do you feel?
I feel good.
We really
You're never going to be, you're both going to be well protected. You're never going to be interfered with. And whoever those other people were that did the thing with their fists or whatever, they're not going to go near you anymore. And if they do come near you, you are protected. And they will be afraid of you because of the light energy you now have within both of you. You will not be dealt with in the way they were dealing with you. You're protected.
Thank you.
Thank you. I also wanted to say real quick before we go. I was also communicated with last night, but not as intently as her. And I had a question. So I elevate. I know you didn't want. I don't do it on screen. I'm not going to. But I'm wondering, is that a dampener for receiving?
So can you explain that just a little bit more so I can actually I'll be able to respond? I'm trying to absorb the information.
420. I do that in my free time. Is that a dampener? Because all I was getting was images. I wasn't getting any words in my head. All I was being shown was like, it almost felt like I was in a 4D or 5D space, and I could see all the individual molecules, and I could manipulate the molecules to become whatever I wanted them to become.
That means you have an expanded consciousness that is a gift for you. I mean, your consciousness is just not a 3D brain. You're seeing something way beyond the 3D. So now the thing is to meditate maybe for 30 minutes a day and use higher dimensional music as a musician. You might like ambient higher dimensional music or cosmic Christed music. They operate in different frequencies, which are much higher. And I use those frequencies of music when I tell people how to focus and meditate and get the vibrational things in their body up. So if you do that and just focus both of you focus on cosmic Christy consciousness and that kind of thing. Now that you're well protected, wherever you go, just always tell yourself that you're a cosmic Christ, a being of light. And this way, if you come into somebody who's not that, and you say, I'm a cosmic Christ, a being of light, and they say something negative, then you just tell them to leave you, to get away from you. They're not to be around you, because you have that Christed light in you that is going to protect you always. And both of you are protected.
I appreciate it.
I put a protection around you. I care about you. I care about everybody, because I don't come from here. I'm not I have a human consciousness and I have a cosmic Christed consciousness. So I care about all of life forms. And every life form to me is precious. And every person is important. And you two are beautiful people. So, yeah, I really appreciate you.
Thank you. I appreciate you too.
Thank you.
We really appreciate it.
Thank you very much. And if you have anything else, any stories, or when you go on the ship, if you have contact with these space people, they need to let you see them. They need to understand that you're not just going on a ship to see a room with no people in it. They need to interact with you on a level of equalness. And I'm sure they can hear me right now, and I'm speaking from the Ashtar Command perspective. They need to treat you equally. And you tell them that. You have the power. You're, sure, they come from other planetary worlds, but you're also starseed. You come from other worlds too that you don't know of. And that's why you're able to connect with them, because they know you're not from here.
To manipulate my energy so easily. I can. She has a lot of chronic back pain, and I'm able to take it away by literally taking away the pain. I don't know how.
So you have an ability to do that. It's just a natural thing. You have something that was activated with you when you came to Earth, and as an adult, it's activated. So if you're able to take the pain away from her, that's good. Well, hopefully, now that we just did what we did, does she have any pain right now?
No.
No pain?
No pain.
You should not have any more pain. No more pain.
Oh, wow. You took away her headache. She's been having a pounding headache all day.
Really? Well, she will not have any more headaches or pain. What I did is by putting light beams of energy in her body, whatever was not healed is healed. Whatever pain was there is gone. So I was happy to do it. I didn't know. I've done implant removals, but I never knew I can take away headaches or pain. And I just found out tonight I'm able to do that too. So I do that unconditionally, and I'm happy to do it.
I found out that I was able to take away her cough last night too. And it was just because of an idea that they put in my head. They were like, try it. You can manifest anything. Try it.
Yeah, see?
Okay, let me see if I can do that. And
that's a beautiful thing. See, you've been activated. That's not everybody's activated. You are activated, and the fact that you two are together and you love each other and you're activated, that's a beautiful thing, because now you're able to help her out. And now you even have more of because of the light shield around your body and her body, you'll be able to amplify, both of you will be amplified much more, and she'll feel better.
Really appreciate
Absolutely.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Absolutely. Well, I love you guys, and I hope you'll watch our show regularly. We're here at 11 o'clock at night till about 1.
Follow back, so we'll definitely be tuning in again.
Oh, good. I think I'm following you too. I'm making sure of it. Yeah, I'm following you guys too. So I'm so blessed to have you here. It's been a real blessing. If you have any other things you want to share before we go, I'm not going anywhere, but if you have anything else you want to share, please let me know.
Just a little crazy connection that I made.
Oh, tell them about them speaking through the AC unit.
Oh, yeah, I'll get to that. The first time they contacted me was when she was at work and I was trying to sleep, and I heard like a soft whispering coming from the electric frequency in my AC unit. I thought I was going crazy because it's not a speaker. It shouldn't be doing that.
Yeah.
But I know that frequencies work in weird ways, and they're probably able to manipulate it somehow. But what I heard was, do you think he hears us? Can he hear us? And then when I asked, who's there? Is someone there? I heard he definitely hears us. And then I got spooked because I didn't know what the fuck was going on. So I just, I didn't know what was going
problem. On. Did they say who they were?
No, I got too spooked and I shut off the AC.
Okay. So
I closed myself off to communication there, I realized.
Yeah, so there's two things that can be going on. It could, now understand folks that People from outer space can manipulate frequency. They can manipulate anything, phones, the app, we call the A app. They can manipulate everything. So, and they also can speak in our language of English, or whatever language, whatever country you're in, they can translate into your language. That's what non-terrestrials can do. So, in your situation, I have to meditate on this. It's either space people, because the government. And what was the thing was coming over? What kind of equipment?
It was just an old AC unit. Doesn't even have like a
An AC unit.
self-regulating thing. Yeah, it's just a AC unit with switches. It doesn't even self-regulate. It just turns on and off.
Oh my gosh, that's really weird.
Yeah.
Hey, look, if they want to come through an AC unit, they probably could. That's
I
the
wouldn't
weirdest
doubt
thing
it.
I've ever heard of. You know, it's really, really weird. And that's amazing. That's an amazing story. So they can manipulate my app. I won't say it because she'll go on. I've had in the 3 years I've been on TikTok and my show. You want to, see cosmically weird things happen here. It happens. When the space people I work with want to get my attention, something will happen on the show. People who are longtime followers of the show have seen it. It's been documented. So yeah, you'll see things happen here. You know, all good. It's just like it just happens. There'll be times when I don't bring anybody up on the show, and all of a sudden somebody pops up on my screen to be a guest, and I didn't even do anything. They just come right up on the screen. I tell people if my hands are here, I didn't do anything. So sometimes the space people want to bring somebody up, and then usually the person they bring up has a story. They didn't even know they were coming up, and I had nothing to do with it. So, sometimes my show's out of my control in terms of that, but most cases I control it. But it's interesting what you're saying about the AC unit.
And there was one other thing. So
Mm-hmm.
the spacecraft that she, I guess, astral projected to,
Mm-hmm.
um, I had seen a video that was showing how the pyramids were built in a way like the layout, the ground layout, not the actual pyramid itself, but the
Mm.
ground layout resembled computer chips,
Hmm.
almost as if the technicians who make computer chips were inspired by the Egyptian design.
And he told me to
Oh,
draw a picture.
interesting.
And then I
Interesting.
told her to draw a picture of of the layout of the spacecraft, and it looks like a computer chip.
Oh, wow. Yeah, look at that. Yeah, it does, doesn't it? I didn't think about that until and speaking of that spacecraft, do you know how big the space has she does she know how big the spaceship was? Have they told her how big it was
I
inside?
don't know the dimensions, but it felt like endless. It felt like such a huge place.
That would
What,
make
what,
sense because I do know from Alex Collier. He said that their ships are bigger on the inside than they look on the outside.
that's right. That's right. You can see a ship that's looks like it's as big as a tractor trailer. You get inside that thing, it's massive.
Hmm.
It just felt like
That's absolutely true. Our perception of reality about these ships is a little bit off because we say, "Oh, I saw this big orb here," but inside the orb, it was way bigger.
It's
People
its
that
own
have had
dimension,
contact.
basically.
Yeah, it's very true. And Alex Collier is right about that. Absolutely true. All right, brothers and sisters, I appreciate you guys. I
For
thank you
sure.
for coming up here. I'm following you
Hmm.
both, and you can come up here anytime something happens. I would actually ask the space people that you're dealing with to say that instead of taking me up in the dream state, there's a thing called a thing where they can physically come. It's a rift. A rift is where they can come in and break down the biological makeup of a wall, let's say in a room, and they come in through the rift of the wall. They open the wall up and they can take you physically on the ship without, being able to breathe and everything. So next time you communicate with them, say, no more of this going up through dream state. I want you to take me up on the ship physically without dream state. And you have every right to ask that of them. And I would do that. And let me know what happens too.
I definitely will.
Yeah, I'm very interested to see what the future lies in here. This is going to be interesting journey for both of you.
I
Definitely.
think so too.
All right. Hey, I appreciate it. And you
For
guys
sure.
have a great, great night listening and watching. I'm sure we'll have a lot of different things. We'll be showing some spaceship or UFO footage here later. I'm not going to show it early because last night TikTok didn't like that I showed something that was real, and I just have to be careful with it. So, but I will show some footage later. All right. Thank you so much, guys.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you for
All
having
right.
us.
Peace, love, and light to you. Most definitely. We're going to bring them down, and they were fascinating. All our shows are recorded on here, and they'll be on my YouTube channel, Astronaut Command Spaceship News. Please go to my main bio page to the link for my YouTube channel. Also, please follow me. If you're not following me, please follow me. That's really important. We really appreciate them both. They were beautiful. Very interesting story. I want to see what the future lies. I know there's going to be more to the story in the future. I believe incredible stuff from these two. I think it's going to be very, very interesting. So I'm going to wait later to show any video. I'm going to wait till about 12:45. This way TikTok can't say they're going to censor letting people know I'm live here. Right now, I don't have anything to worry about. So I'm going to be smarter than their algorithm. Yeah, me too, borderline. So I've got plenty of footage here that I want to get into later. I want to do a bunch of interviews here, but and I will be posting these videos on here. So either way, you'll be able to see them on my main Ashtar Command Spaceship News page. Okay. Yeah, I'll try to beat them at their own game. Absolutely, that's exactly what I'm going to do. As long as it doesn't show TikTok on it and just the footage, I think I can outdo them. Hey, Liberation, welcome to the show. Shuck Deep, thank you for the roses. I appreciate it. I appreciate it very much. Welcome, everybody. Thank you, Lauren Jacobs, for the follow. Yeah, Astro traveled? Yes. Yes, I have. I also I've bilocated. Many years ago, I had a problem. Well, it wasn't a problem. I physically bilocated while I was driving my car on the interstate, and I thought I'd never get back. And I was on Interstate 91 in Connecticut, and I eventually got back. And wherever I was, I got back into my car that was on the road, and my car was driving like someone else was driving it. I was well protected, but I was being bilocated driving, and I said, "Don't ever bilocate me while I'm driving my car," because that freaked me out. If you're driving a car and you're being bilocated, that's the last thing you want to do on an interstate, be bilocated. And that was many years ago. And that happened for a while, and then I finally got it to stop. Shishi, let's see, Shishi sounds interesting. Since 1975, I've been seeing things in the sky. We're going to bring Shishi up. Shishi's our second guest. I want to talk about her stuff. I've been seeing things in the sky since 1975. Shishi, come on up. Elizabeth, welcome. Lily, Gav, I think it is. The great Michael, I think. Terry, welcome, Terry. Eva, welcome to our show. Everybody coming in here. Sir Ott, it is a long time. I wonder if Shishi will come up. If you come up, just press the accept button and save. Carol, welcome. Virgo84, welcome to the show. Holly, Michelle, welcome. J Mac, welcome to Encounters, everybody. I was born in 1975, Queens, New York. Baby Brooklyn, New York. How you doing? Hey, Paranormal was on last night. Telpo Time, welcome. You're too shy? You don't have to come on camera, Shishi, just on audio. Just on audio. If you come on audio, you don't have to show your face. Just speak. No one will see you. I'd like to hear your story. I mean, when you throw out that kind of stuff, I've been seeing stuff since 1975. A worldwide audience, I'm sure, would want to hear your story. And I guarantee you, you're on the best show ever. We won't laugh at you. You don't have to worry about us making fun of your story. I've been a contactee. I've had sightings since the 60s. You're in a good place. Think about it. You're in a good place. So we're going to try again to just bring it up on audio. I don't care about the video. I don't care about you showing yourself live. Just the audio segment, because you have a story to tell, or stories to tell. Now everyone's going to want you to come up and tell your story, because I did this. So that's going to happen. You know, whenever I hear a sentence saying I've seen stuff or I've been taken on a spaceship, we've got to talk about it. We've got to hear the story, hear what happened to that person. So now everyone's going to want to hear the story, you know? That's what happens here. Hey, Shelly, Farah Farrow. She said, okay, so I'm going to try to bring her up. Go into the queue. You'll see a multi-guest option. And if you go into the queue, they'll see a multi-guest option on your TikTok. I'll bring you up just on audio, strictly audio, no video. Okay? If you're new to using your TikTok, there is a little button there you have to press to request to go live. Let me see if I can bring her up here. Okay, let's see if we can. Hey, Gabe, good to see you. Thank you for the gift. Thank you so much. I'm going to go back to her. Where is she here? Oh, there's the Elvis thing. Thank you so much for that. So, Sishi, I'm going to try to bring you up here. I did press. Okay, let's see here. Nope, let's see. It's not letting me. Yeah, I don't think she's able to get on, but she has enough followers to come on here. So we'll see if she is able to come up. If you're having trouble with your TikTok, let me know. And welcome everybody to the show here. And if anyone else has anything going on, if you have had any sightings recently, if you have been abducted, or you've been having positive contact with the star people, the space people, tell me about it. We want to hear your story. It's not working? Okay, I'm not sure. Okay, so on your side, your thing is not working. Brenda's having trouble with her TikTok. It could be TikTok. There could be some glitches. You're in Canada? So do you see a button on there? You see like two little people. There's like a blue and another red one. I think some people are not having trouble here. It's just somebody there. Okay. So if you press that button, press the little blue people red button. Press that. And then press that right there. That little blue people thingy where it says guess. If you press that, I should see something pop up. Unless your TikTok's having trouble. Yeah, she has plenty of followers. It could be her TikTok is not working properly. It's not working? Okay, I'm just going to leave it alone. Well, hopefully we'll get you on here to tell your story. It could be your TikTok is not operating properly tonight or something. But I'm glad you're here. And if anybody else has a story to share regarding encounters, visitations, anybody out there around the world recording any UFO activity, let me know. I'd like to hear your story. I'd love to give you some answers. Boy, I'm hoping we can. If we don't get you up tonight, we'll try to get you up tomorrow night. Let's see here. Maria Sanchez, welcome. And welcome. So there's a lot going on right now. There's actually a lot of activity, and I've been, So we stay away from the paranormal part. That part we don't get into, but the extraterrestrial part we definitely do. I know some people have seen both, but we just let you know we pretty much focused on the ET area. We try to. Hey SBJ, welcome. Good to see you. I have to imagine with 444 human beings all over the world here, there's some people here having encounters. Lazy says we ain't seen no more drones, no more. So there are definitely drones going on. There's a lot of people on TikTok that are documenting them. I've seen them. But there's also a lot of orbs happening and other activities. So there's a lot more going on now than there was even before. Let me see what we got here. We're going to bring up, I think, Corey. Corey's been on before. And again, as you listen and watch the people I have on here, you can tell your story too. If you've had any encounters, visitations, anything with Bigfoot, the mer people, the fairies, we get into all that stuff. It's all part of the galactic. Hey, Corey, how you doing?
Hey, what's going on?
A lot of stuff. It's pretty crazy. So what's happening up
Yeah,
your way?
it's very crazy. Well, of course, we're still dealing with them every night, but I was sitting here watching one of my cameras because I had something show up on the hood of this truck that was different, but just 3 minutes ago, whatever that is just showed up right there.
And can you explain what it looked like to everybody watching?
Well, it kind of looks like a light, but whenever I get real close to it, when it actually shows something, it's showing some kind of face and a body.
So what is there a light there that we're supposed to be looking at in the sky, or what are we looking
No, right
at?
there on the ground. See that bright light
That
right
light,
there?
right? So that light, how long has that light been there?
3 minutes.
Okay, now we're getting somewhere because this is the right. So this light, everybody, has been where you, and tell people where you are located.
I'm in southeast Kansas,
Southeast Kansas.
less than 2 miles from the Oklahoma border.
Okay, so right now this light appeared 3 minutes ago. So when it appeared, did it come down from the sky or just appear right just out of nowhere?
I'm sitting here watching this whole, the whole deal here, because we got stuff up here. Right there's your triangle.
Okay.
Well, there's more than one. There's your
Yeah,
another
it
one.
seems like this. So you know they're not stars, correct? Or are they?
Oh yeah,
Are
yeah.
those?
They come down to me. They'll
So
come
those
down to me.
objects, they're not normally there. They're in those. There's like at least more than 2 or 3 objects that we're looking at in the sky.
Well, there'll be way more than that.
Way
I
more
don't know
than
if I
that.
can go outside right now and get one to come, but they will actually still come down to me.
Yeah. Now the one that is on the low level
That's
right
even,
there.
that is even
How
changing.
far? How far away is that light? That's right there. That thing is like almost at ground level.
Maybe 75, 80 feet.
Really? That's amazing.
There's nothing back there that could reflect. There's nothing that could be doing anything back there. And I've been sitting here since about 8 o'clock watching
8
this,
o'clock.
the drones and everything that keep popping up. And that was not there. I can show you a video that I just took from the weird looking thing that was sitting on top of the trailblazer there.
Yeah.
And when I scan back behind there, that's not there.
Mm-hmm. Now, someone's saying definitely a portal. Do you think that light is a non-terrestrial craft from a larger ship? Do you think it is a portal that opened up? What do you think it is?
Man, I honestly don't know, because just to the south of there, about 300 foot, is an old railroad track they built back in 1923. Mm-hmm. And back 3 years ago, whenever I had that cloud that went into my truck and put a bunch of basically water in my tank, which I got the video or the pictures of, but during the day, we seen a craft that is probably 300 foot by 100 foot.
Oh my God.
Wide by 75 to 100 foot tall.
Let me ask you a question. If you go outside, can you go towards that light that's on near the ground level? Can you go near it?
Yeah.
The one
I
that
can go out there.
Okay. Okay. So I'm going to request you do that. I want to see what happens. I want to see if you can communicate with the light.
Well, we'll want to watch these because these will come down to me.
This is amazing.
This is what I've been trying to
people are watching encounters right now. Watch this.
Come to me.
Yeah.
Hell, I had Orion's belt, and this what makes no sense. I was just cutting a tree down right on. Well, you can't really see, but there's a tree real close to right here.
Yeah.
It's just right on the other side of this trailblazer here.
Yeah.
And then on back there's another tree row. That's where they landed when I originally talked to you almost 3 years ago.
Yeah, I know. Right. It's been a while.
Yeah, back on the back side of them trees is where the 2 ground craft landed, but there's another drone that just popped up.
There's another one. Well, it doesn't look like a drone. It looks like it's a spaceship. I think you're seeing spaceships. These are not drones.
Oh, I see. I cannot tell you how many ships every single night. I mean, literally every single night.
Okay, here I want to see Corey really for sure. The one that is at ground level. Look at that. That's amazing, folks. Yeah, those are definitely orbs. Yeah, if you can go outside towards that other object near the vehicle, can you go up towards it?
Yeah, I ain't afraid of them. I know they're not
Okay.
here to harm me.
No, I know. I feel positive energy. If you can do that, I'd love to see what happens.
You know, look at this one.
Oh, look at that thing. It's moving.
It's hauling butt.
Yeah, look at that, folks. It's moving. It's moving like crazy.
It's going straight up in the air.
Yep. All vertical.
See, because right there's the line of my. See, and there's. It's a little behind because I hadn't reset it, but. It's going straight up. It ain't coming towards me. It's going straight up in the air.
Yeah, yeah. You know, a regular conventional aircraft does not go straight up into space. Look at that thing. Wow, look at the energy on that thing. If you're not watching this show, folks, and you're scanning TikTok, you are missing something here.
It's literally this way every single night for the last right at 3 years. Every single night, rain.
Wow,
Snow,
look at that. There's the other one. See go on the. You see the other one?
Oh, I'll literally have 100 or 200 of them every night. I was trying to catch something earlier. There was on one of the videos that I have that just kind of that showed me human motion detected, and there can't be no human back in there.
Mm-hmm. See, there's another light showing. There's another one of them. See that one pulsating?
Yeah, it'll just pop out of nowhere for no reason.
Oh man, I think you have a galactic portal where you are.
We got something here because I mean, literally, there'll be hundreds of crafts, and these triangles, like this one's just gotten closer to us. It ain't much higher than the top of this tree right there. See that?
Yeah.
You can't tell me that's up in the stars.
Can you go back to the object that is bright on the low level when they're the vehicle? I'm really like, I don't mean to push it. Can you go out towards that light?
Yeah. Let me shut my camera off real quick and grab a jacket and
okay.
stuff.
All right. We're going to have Corey go up to the light near the ground level that appeared about 5 or 10 minutes ago. We're going to see what happens when he goes towards the object that is on his property outside of his house. So if you're not watching the show, this is going to be quite amazing. I want to see, I've got a few ideas here. So
I got to hurry.
This is, up in the air. Yeah. And this is what the show's about. This show, Corey knows this. He's been on my show before. This show is about disclosure. This show is about showing you real stuff that's going on that's not being told to you by our Pentagon or anybody. This is the stuff that's real, folks. I can't wait till he walks over there. I can't wait to see what happens.
Get one of my German Shepherds. Get the heck out of my way.
Yeah.
He's an old man, so he thinks he's a walker.
And what you're about to see is Corey going towards the car in the woods area where the object appeared, the bright object appeared about maybe now 10 or 15 minutes ago. It's there. It came out of nowhere, and we're going to see what happens here. He's going to turn the camera on.
See, what makes no sense to me, man, is earlier the Orion's belt was straight south of me when I stepped in a tree, and then it goes east when I was done, and it was higher. But now I come back out here, now it's sitting almost directly above me again.
Okay. Well, when you turn the camera on and you're out there and you're all ready to walk towards it, yeah. We're about to see something. We've been seeing something amazing on his cameras, all the different objects in the sky, plus what is now at almost ground level. You're going to see this in just a minute. So he's going to be walking towards the object, and I have a feeling that it's an intelligence. I've got a feeling if we all focus on it, everybody watching the show around the world, I think we can have like sort of a telepathic communications. So let's see if we can all get a response from that light. This is going to be really interesting.
We got a craft right there, or a triangle coming at us, coming down on me. I got another one.
So
right
he's
there.
outside, and he's also walking towards that object, which is near the vehicle that we were looking at before.
I got a
And
triangle. Right. I don't know if I can see it yet. Maybe it'll come in. He's a big one.
yeah,
And this thing that looks like a dipper is not a dipper.
yeah, uh-huh. And I know you're outside now. Can you point to that light again, the one that's at low level near the vehicle?
That's what I'm trying to.
Oh, you're trying to do that?
Yeah, I've got to watch my walking over here because I was dropping.
Yeah, be careful. Yeah, don't don't kill yourself there on the trees. Oh my gosh, you all right?
Oh yeah. Help me,
Yeah, we don't want you.
Doug.
Yeah, we don't want you to have any problems here.
I don't know. I just should have brought my headlamp, I guess. A triangle right there coming down to me.
Yeah. And where you are now on your property, how close are you from that light? That's the one that's really bright.
Probably 40 feet or so on my back.
40 feet. Okay. So,
Let me get up real quick.
yeah, take your time. Be careful.
Move. I forgot those. Smokers are right there, though.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah. And there's also what I call spaceships. They're not drones. They're actually, I observed them. These are not drones. I've seen the drones on TikTok. You actually have orb ships and spaceships up there.
Maybe. That may be it already. That is straight in line with the one, but then there's another. Get off of me.
Yeah. Yeah, he's got spaceships over his area. He sees them every night. I've known him since the first time I had my show on here.
Yeah, the first time you interviewed me was during the day.
Yep.
And that's one of the ones.
Go ahead.
I got blood pouring out my finger. Oh well.
What you're watching now, folks, is my friend Corey. He's able to have them come closer. He's in communications with them. So he has communications telepathically with these intelligences, and they respond to him. They actually respond to him. It's pretty amazing.
I've had him land right in front of me.
Yeah.
My driveway.
Yep.
I don't know if we can get this triangle to come in. He's getting real close.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't like him with his old cheap phone.
And a lot of these orbs, Corey, a lot of these orbs that you're documenting, they are coming through a galactic portal. Also, they're coming from probably a large spaceship that's cloaked somewhere way higher up than where they are.
Oh, let me get my hand to work, and I'll show you a lot more stuff that'll blow your mind.
Yeah, I want to see you get close to that light, though. I want to see what happens when you get close to that light. Don't kill yourself doing it.
Yeah, I don't know why I didn't bring my freaking headlamp with me. There's a light right over here somewhere.
So how close are you from that light that's near the car, near the vehicle?
I am to the west of the car now.
West of the car. How many feet?
Probably 15, 20. I'm by that.
Okay,
before the car.
He's at 15, 20 feet from the light. So if you haven't known what's happening here, there's a bright light that about, I'd say now 15 minutes ago, appeared out of nowhere. And it's in the wooded area beyond the vehicle. Hopefully when he gets close enough, we're going to have him turn the camera towards the light. And if you see the light, instead of showing us what's in the sky, can you let people want to see the light again?
I'm trying to.
Oh, you're trying to do that? Okay.
Because when I started coming out here, it started moving upward.
It started moving upward. Okay.
Yeah, about 4 foot off the ground.
Oh, okay.
I was trying to hurry to get out here.
Yeah, no, be careful. So it definitely has an intelligence behind it. As you were coming out there, so is it moving away from where it was?
It appeared it was moving straight up. That's one. Now, how the heck?
Okay.
How can Orion's belt now be west of me?
Mm-hmm.
It was just east of me when I came out here and straight south of me.
Mm-hmm. Because the thing in Paris, it's moving. Evidently, the thing when he came out started moving away from where it was. So obviously, it knows you're trying to get close to it, and it's definitely an intelligence that is aware of the fact that you're there, and it's responding and doing whatever it is. So we as human beings, our perception of reality is way different than what he's going through with this. And he is trying to do what he's doing. I know it's frustrating for some people, but that's our human nature, you know?
This stuff had me so far blown away, it was just mind-boggling. Here's the cloud that came into my truck when I was driving to drop a friend off.
Mm-hmm.
It literally went across the highway, come back around, and went right into the nose of my truck.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I've got the original picture where you could barely see a cloud, and
Yeah.
you just crossing across the road, and then it just turns and it literally just shoots right inside the truck. And when I got done, dropped my friend off, made it back home, that's when the truck just died, and that's where I got burned at by that.
Oh, wow. So Corey, for folks who don't know Corey, he's documented everything he's doing here. He's been doing this for the time I've known him. So he wants to show us the light, but he's in an area where he got close to it. Is the big light moving, or where is it now?
Let me see if I can get back to that one.
Yeah, people are going nuts over that. They really do want to see it.
Oh, yeah, I'd like to see it too.
Okay, so he's got the camera. He's doing the best he can.
Yeah, it's only like 17 degrees out here with a wind chill.
17 degrees, okay.
Yeah, and I'm not dressed for it.
You're not dressed for it, I gotcha.
Now my knees and legs are on fire. How do I do this? Get off of that. I don't want that. I can just get back over. Okay. Save.
Okay, now we're going to go back to live footage. So can you narrate for us what we're seeing? And before people, part of human nature is, if you were in here at the beginning, you did see the bright light. He did show it, and it was there. So we know it exists. He's trying to get to the spot where it is, and he's got wooded areas there too. I don't think he's trying to do anything, but if you don't see anything,
real quick. It is pitch black out here, so it's
yeah.
Oh hell, I got my light in my pocket or my headlamp.
I mean, if you need to go back in and show it through where you were, that's okay too. Okay.
Yeah, we might do that in a second.
I think some of the human beings here have to be a little bit more relaxed and chill out a bit.
Goes up though compared to where I'm at, where the camera's at, and then you still got all these trees and stuff through here. So
yeah,
there is nothing back here at all that could even shine.
So are you at the area where that thing was, where you're pointing your light?
Yeah, right here is the trees. The trees was actually behind what it was we was seeing.
So the light.
There's a smoker, but that ain't gonna get no light. Hell, that's black.
Right. Did that light take off and disappear?
It was whenever I was started coming out here. It's here.
Yeah. And if you were watching my show when I brought him on, this show's being recorded, so this is all documented. I've got it documented. This light was there, and it'll be on my YouTube channel if you don't believe it. I've got the light recorded on this broadcast. Everything we do here is documented. So if you don't believe there's a light, you probably weren't here when it was shown when he came on live.
Well, I can show you a video that literally you can see in the clock that I took literally 2 or 3 minutes before that light came on. There was nothing there.
Yeah. This other video that you're talking about, the video, what does that have on it?
What?
What does the video have on it?
Well, that's what was weird. That's what got my attention to begin with, because this trailblazer here, there was a extremely bright light on it. And I'm like, wait a minute. And I know, Corey. A lot of my viewers did see the light. The ones that came in late, that are complaining that they didn't see the light. It's been recorded. It's being recorded. You'll see it on my YouTube channel if you don't believe it. I've got everything documented. Okay. Yeah. Well, let me grab a different. You don't want some stuff that'll blow your mind. Hang on.
Yeah. Go
I
ahead.
got some stuff that'll really blow your
I think
mind.
some people need to have their minds blown here a little bit.
Yeah, I got stuff that'll.
But people
Uh,
need that. There's a few people who need to be patient.
this will
You
be a
know,
little hard, but
human beings sometimes tend to be not very patient. You know what I mean?
oh, and I was the world's worst, and everything I found out is anything we believe,
Yeah.
it is going to be just the opposite, or anything we've been taught is going to be just the opposite of what
Yeah.
we've
Yeah.
been brainwashed, and it's so crazy. But this picture here is going to be the same night that that cloud came into my truck that I showed
Mhm.
just a second ago. That's
Yeah.
whenever I stepped out of my shop, out of my living quarters on the shop, and my
Mhm.
friend was looking through the window in the living room area, and I come
Yeah.
back in squealing like a little girl, and told her there's a UFO like 4 foot above the top of the shop.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is the picture she got.
Oh wow! Now, when was the date of that picture that was taken?
That'd have been that would have been right before we talked the first time.
Hmm.
So that would have been it'd have been the same night that I got burnt, or whenever I chased the ones that west of town, and when they dropped all them drones on me that was the size of baseballs but looked like footballs.
So when you had drones, who dropped the drones on you? The government, or was that some
No,
other group?
no, it was I was looking at the ones that originally I call them the workers. They're the ones that has the rope light looking things that come off of them.
Hmm.
They're white instead of being like the traditional round UFO and the bubble top and bubble bottom. Flip
Yeah.
that, do a 180 with it, and put the bubbles on
Yeah.
each side. And they've got, from what I've been able to see close enough, was like 3 tentacle looking things. It's about 200 foot on the left and the same on the right. And they'll do red, white, and this bluish greenish color. And
I'm thinking, kind of, Corey. I should have had you stay where you were in the house because whatever happened, like I said, these things are intelligent. These orbs, these lights are intelligent. I think it was. I think they were just. I think for whatever reason, it wasn't ready for it to stay where it was, so you can get close to it. And you're outside, so you're right there on the property. All we're doing is here watching all over the world what you're doing. Did the light decide to disappear? What were you seeing with that light outside? Did it disappear from where it was?
well, I'm gonna go back inside real quick.
Yeah, go back inside.
Yeah.
You know?
Let me get rid of this part.
Yeah. And then I want to see if that light comes back because you're inside, if it just pops back in at the same location in the woods.
Yeah, I would say I could show a lot more on the other cameras, but
Yeah.
however,
And so I want to just respond to this person, Paris.
Yeah.
Paris, this show is recorded. It's not. This show is live. When you go on my YouTube channel, Paris, you will see the light that appeared on this show. You'll actually see the light. So it is documented. Now, I think what you wanted to see is if you got close enough to it that you would want to see it again. I understand that, but it is documented, and he did show it.
It was round, and up above it, it looked like it had like a gas bubble directly above it, like a head-shaped gas bubble. And when I'd zoom in real close before I got on, you could see legs on it and everything.
Interesting.
Yeah,
very again, I think we're dealing with an intelligence that is, and I was getting that it could be a living intelligence from space, but I also understand. So there's the moon. That's the moon, right?
Yeah, right there is the trailblazer.
There's where that's where the object was. The object's gone.
There's nothing there.
You know, it's not his fault that the object disappeared. The object is gone.
Well, I showed you there's nothing out there to be reflecting it, to show that, that there was anything that the camera system or anything else could have been shining the moon, anything. There was nothing out there illuminating anything whatsoever, unless you got some illuminating dirt. But
right,
that
right on the other side of those
trees, there's 2 spots that is extremely hot with radiation now. I got
and I remember where that object was. Right where, go back down where the car is. I want to show people something. Where the car was, right about there on the back end of the car in the woods. It was right there. It was a brilliant circular light, and it's gone. It disappeared. It's not there anymore. Okay, but it was there. I have it on recording on my show here, so you'll see it on YouTube. For anyone who missed it, you'll see that object. It does exist, and it disappeared. Gone.
And this
Disappeared.
weird stuff happens all the time. See, there's something else weird coming in on us now.
Okay, let's check this out. Look where. Yeah, let's just look at
That's
this.
going to be just to the left because, right here's the trailblazer.
Okay, let's look at that light. Look what's going on right now. Don't move the camera anywhere. Let people see this. Let's all put our focus on this light. I want to see if the light will get brighter. Let's all consciously put our focus on this light. I want to see if this light gets brighter. We're going to stay right on this light. No other light right now. Look what's going on. That was not there. That wasn't there before. It's coming out of nowhere.
Yeah, and it's got my that light that keeps brightening up like that because something's out there that's causing my motion light to go on the camera.
That light looks kind of purplish. It's got like a purple color to it.
It's pulling away.
Yeah, you can see it now. Yeah, it's pulling away.
It's getting
all this
black
stuff
now.
is being it's all being documented.
Yeah, here's it.
Tell us about that one. That's in the sky, right?
Yeah, I believe that's going to be part of the triangle. There's one there, and right there's the other. So we pull back, see the triangle. I'm going to say the bright light is going to be the head of the craft, and the dim one here and the dim one there is going to be the left and right of the rear. And what's weird is every triangle I've seen for the last 3 years, every single one of them comes in pairs.
Yeah.
Whatever size this one is, there'll be another one close to it that's going to be identical to it. But those are the triangle's the one that dropped the drones on me in the church parking lot in the morning of that first night after I got burnt.
Okay, so you know that there's different ET energies that are interacting with you, correct?
Dude, I don't know what all is here. All I know is whenever this originally got started, I've had green rocks that look like they were in a placenta bag floating at my door. Mm-hmm. That look freakier than I'll get out. I've had a white, I'm going to say like a F-16 fighter jet that was probably 6 to 8 inches that was floating about 3 to 4 foot off the ground coming directly towards me. Made no sound. The wind was blowing 15, 20 miles to the southeast. This coming coming directly from the west, directly in front of my shop. Didn't make a sound, didn't bounce, didn't do nothing, just smooth as could be. Maybe 1 to 2 mile an hour. And then all of a sudden it just banked straight up, and it was like it had afterburners on, and it just lit it up, and it was gone. I mean,
so let me ask you a question. I think you need some assistance, my friend.
Well, they're not here to hurt us.
Okay, so
if this is.
What's that thing over there?
Well, I don't know. It just popped up. Well, hell, that's a goat. That's a goat, damn it.
A goat just popped up. Okay, we're dealing with a goat. Well, he's got farm animals. So
I got animals everywhere.
He's got animals and all that down the country there. But so you're saying the ones you are dealing with, I just want to get this straight. What you are having activity with is not negative, correct?
I don't believe so, man, because whenever this first started, they was telling me something people I didn't really know, and an old man told me that I need to pay attention and do as the voice tells me, and I'm like, what the heck are these people talking about?
So one of my friends, Half Pint, Mary and Ray, they're up in the Appalachian Mountains. They have contact with the Anunnaki, space people. I just saw something there. Look at that. Wait a minute. You see that light fluctuating?
They just came on. Yeah, these just started.
That just popped out of nowhere. Everybody see that behind the trees? That light's moving?
There's
two pulsating. Look at that. There's 2 of them pulsating. There's one on the right. Look at that, man. That's crazy.
And those are just barely, well, that one's climbing there.
Yeah, but they're.
And I guarantee you, I can give you my coordinates and you can look up for yourself at FAA and you will not find one plane in my area. At that.
There's those 2 objects. There's the other one. See the one outside? Look at that thing pulsating.
And you see how they're traveling together?
Yeah. So we're going to do a test here. if they know that we're watching them, I want the pulsating one to come closer and get brighter. I want the pulsating one to get closer and brighter. Closer and brighter. Let's see what happens here.
They're
We're
running
going to do an
together.
experiment.
One of them disappeared.
Look at that. Well, look at that. They're in synchronizing. They're blinking.
Well, this one here, the brightest one, it's almost
Wow, look at
directly
that.
above my shop.
Look how bright the bottom one's getting.
Yeah, and it's the farthest one away. And you can't tell me that's a plane.
Wow, look at that. Yeah, it looks like E for Life. It does look like they're contacting. I think I have a feeling.
But that one stops. But now,
Yeah,
now it's getting real bright. I mean, it'll get freaking just like glowing like a big Roman candle or something ball, and don't just go dark.
I think Corey, they're aware that there's over 600 people watching them on TikTok here. I think they know 600 people, humans around the world, are watching this, and they're seeing their spaceships, and some of those are spaceships.
There's no doubt in my mind.
They're absolutely spaceships. They're communicating. They're actually trying to communicate with us. I truly believe that. Look at that one. There's another one right there. Look at that. Oh, wow. Look at that.
That one's actually coming down.
Yep.
There's one here. Actually, where'd that other one just go? I just seen one.
Now, since you're able to tell them to come closer without saying it verbally, can you telepathically communicate with them and tell them to come closer?
Man, I don't know. Originally, I just shot him with my light or my laser.
Right, but you can communicate with them through telepathy. Did you know that?
Yeah, but like I said before, I never believed in this stuff. I'm too close to the show me state. You gotta show me to make me believe. And then the crap I was seeing, it was just so far out there. It literally had me to the point I was seconds from unaliving myself. Tell one of my brothers.
I'm glad you didn't ever do that, man.
Well, I am too, because I wasn't gonna quit. Like, I wasn't gonna go out like that. I had to give myself another chance. But I finally talked to one of the guys that went to Iraq with my brother to come up here. He lives a few miles from me, and because this is in the daytime now, but there was a square that was probably 200 by 100, and it would just move forward a little ways, and then it'd back up just a tad, like half the ways as it went forward, and then move forward, and then back up half the ways, and it did that for several feet. You could see all the way through it. You couldn't even really see that there was anything until it would move.
Yeah.
But then it would start dumping something, and it'd be like a dark grayish color, then a light grayish color, and then your skin would be on fire.
Huh.
And then everything the next day that was a quarter mile on each side of the highway was
Look at this.
I mean, like
as you're talking, Corey, we're all viewing that let's keep this thing right where it is. They're now in a triangular formation. There's a fourth object kind of coming in and out of there. There's three objects.
Right
here? They're in a triangular formation. Everyone see that? They're in a triangular formation right now.
Well, you've got that one that's got the double up there.
Yeah, see, there's two of them. There's another ship above the triangular formation. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 right in there. There we go. Look at that.
Well, now you got one here, one here, one here, one over here to the right. Before it's over with.
Look, that's amazing. The two that are at the top of the triangle, the one that's above the other one, they're kind of pulsating. If you look closely, you can see the pulsation. Oh, that's great. Don't move it. Yeah, that's a really good shot.
I got my arm extended away here. Let me get a little braced here. There you go.
That's amazing. This is live, folks. This is all happening live. There's no recording where he is. This is all live right now that you're looking at. Now, this is what disclosure is about. This is exactly what disclosure is about. This is the important thing to understand. That's why we do the show we do here for 3 years, because there are people like Corey who are having these activities constantly where he is. And I know there are people in other parts of the world that are doing the same thing. And the more of you that show these things live on my show here, the more disclosure we have. This is
They're
the
going up.
disclosure. It's
You can
not
see
coming
they're
from the
moving.
Pentagon. It's coming right here. Excuse
You
me.
can
I'm
see
sorry
it's
about
moving
that.
because it's. We was way over here by the night owl. Now it's way over here, and now it's back.
Yeah.
Almost the top one's almost off
Wow.
the screen.
That's amazing. That close-up footage is amazing.
And now
Badtime
the
says,
top one's
in
coming
Sweden,
back down.
every evening over my house. We have a person in Sweden that's having sightings in Sweden. Amazing. I know there are a lot of you here that are recording stuff, and we're going to bring more people up tonight. We will. But this week, Stephen Good says, I've been seeing them for over 20 years. Stephen Good, I'm going to follow you.
Now you want to see
Stephen
some
Good.
real craft so that you can actually tell they are. There's no question about it. Let me jump over here. Let me shut that off. Oh, I gotta have that on. I'm gonna go to my green screen over here. I'll show you stuff that there's no way anybody could say anything else. There's no ifs, ands, or buts.
Yep.
Well, here, I'll show you this triangle first. How about this?
Yep. And if you want to be part of the show and be on as a guest, get in the queue. I will get to everybody. Don't fall asleep in the queue. If you're not on right away, I will get people on here. I'm going to interview many people. Corey is, right now we're getting a pretty good light show of these objects that he is out there seeing live. And tell me what we're looking at here, Corey.
That's one of the triangles that come to me. When I took this picture, he was probably 50, 75 feet from me. Still coming down, coming to me.
Wow.
Grab something. I got something.
Corey, someone's asking, Nine, you definitely can ask the question. Can we ask if he's ever heard from the voice he was told to listen and do as he's told?
Yes.
You did.
And
can you explain that to the Nine is asking that question. Thank you, Nine.
It was and I know it gets me every time I even talk about it. It was the most stern, firm, but yet comforting, loving, kind male voice that I've ever heard in my life. And it said to tell everybody that to get their home in order.
To get the home in order.
I don't know what that means, but I'm thinking our home is our soul, our us.
Get our act together, right? To get our act together, Corey?
I think, because what came after that was, and this was 3 years ago, this is before all this stuff got started. I got another blinker, but it came in and said that everything that is fixing to happen is going to be so unreal that our minds will not be able to grasp it.
Interesting. Well, of course, in the way we're living now, it'd be different.
Well, remember, this was 3 years ago, too, so...
And look what's happening 3 years later, right?
Everything, exactly. Whenever I did that 2-hour live on Facebook before I talked to you, everything. And everybody around here will tell you, I've had people that laughed at me and came back crying and begging me to forgive them because it was to the T of what I've told them was going to happen.
Yep. They don't, a lot of people like yourself who are having these intergalactic things happen in your life, these other people didn't believe it. Now,
I didn't believe it.
now by experiencing it, you don't need to be shown anything. You're having contact, and that is quite amazing. A matter of fact, let me see here. And like I said, we will get to guests tonight. We're going to be on here till about 1:30 a.m. So we are going to get to people on here. I guarantee it. Tell us about that picture that we're looking at now.
Well, I don't know. It was a weird... It's just, whenever I see this weird stuff in the sky, I try to hold still as I can and take a picture. Because it don't look normal. Whatever it is that I grab a picture of.
I got to get this person out of here. We have a person that's trying to sell. I won't say the word, but I just blocked them. But anyway.
Oh hell, I'll give him a picture of my butt for free.
No,
No,
we don't
that's,
want to do that. But all right, Corey, man, I want to, we're going to have you up again, and don't be a stranger because you have a lot of stuff going on, and you're always welcome here, man. You were just showing us everything that. Oh, what's going on with all that? Okay, so everything that has been shown will be on my YouTube channel. You can go
what
to
is this?
my tell what is that?
That's what I wanted to ask you. I've Googled it or, or pulled it up, and there's a deal that talks about it on YouTube. But
It,
when I was in this town west of me, west of where the triangle dropped the drones on me at the church,
mm-hmm,
the sky was looking weird. There you could see
mm-hmm,
stuff in the sky, so I snapped pictures. This was
mm-hmm.
one of the pictures that was in there. Now,
Okay, you want me to tell you what it is? You're like I can off the spot. Let me see the picture one more time.
and I'll give you a little bit better one of the whole scenario of the whole everything that was in the sky.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
I'm trying to. I'm looking at it on off my phone, so it's a little tiny stuff, but it it just ain't normal.
Yeah.
I think this was
My
here we
first
go.
reaction to that picture is that okay. So the other picture
You can
with the
see that
multicolored thing.
the
Yeah, go
deal.
back
Yeah,
to
the
the other.
multicolor thing's far to the right. Well, it's a far to the right on me.
Yeah, let's go to the bigger, closer picture of that multicolored thing that
Okay,
you had
yeah,
before.
it's still in this picture. That's where I pulled it out of. Was this picture
Yeah.
here? It was on the far right there.
Okay. Just when you get that picture up, I'm going to give you. You want my response about what I'm looking at, and I'll tell you.
Yeah, there's stuff. So I got craft in here that you can see everything. I got stuff you can see
Mm-hmm,
the
mm-hmm,
people in or the beans in, and I mean you
mm-hmm.
name it.
Yeah. Okay. So let me just keep that light there. Let me focus on it with my consciousness for a minute. What I do see, and this was in the sky, correct?
Well, probably 200 foot off the ground, 300 foot off the ground.
Really? And how big was this object?
Well, that's what I don't know because stuff that looks big ends up being
Mm.
small, and stuff that looks small ends up being huge.
And
So
okay, I'm going to let Jason. Jason wants to ask a question. I'm going to bring people up here. We'll get to
that's fine.
everybody, I promise. So, Jason, come on up, and we'll bring you up for the question. We're going to be pretty spontaneous here, so that's how we do things. And Corey's on here with us, who's been documenting a lot. Jason, welcome to Encounters.
Hey, how you doing?
We're doing good. Welcome to the show. Where are you? Where are you? Well, I can't speak English tonight. Where are you located?
I'm located in the Finger Lakes of Southwest New York State.
Oh, great. Good to have you with us. And what question do you have for our guest or in general?
Well, I guess it's for whoever wants to answer. If whoever has knowledge about this, I keep hearing everybody saying, drones, 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 drones. Everything that you see is a drone. I can go to a grocery store. I'm sorry, not grocery store. I can go to Walmart and buy a
Mm-hmm.
drone. I think there
Right.
needs to be a delineation of the two. Is this a UAP or I hate that freaking term. It's
Yeah.
UFO.
UFO, right.
But there needs to be a delineation between the two.
Mm-hmm.
And I
Mm-hmm.
can't see anybody to agree with that. Why are they calling it a drone when they're clearly
Because they
Right.
watch too much TV, in my opinion.
And
well,
I can also answer Jason that question too. The whole narrative of the drone started with the thing with New Jersey when in fact there at the Royal Air Force Base in England there were orbs that were circular that landed on the ground. These things were not our thing. The drones that were called drones that the Pentagon said were not dangerous or not of anything to be harmful is because I believe truly that the levels of the Pentagon knew exactly what they were. And I think the ones that were not like the ones you buy in the store, hobby shop, the ones that were these other things, some of them were mimicking drones and they weren't drones. And then the drones that were drones, that these huge things were, I think they were things that we have that the Pentagon knows about. And then you have the orbs. Now, the separate thing is now you're seeing a lot of the orb sightings. People are documenting them, right? What Corey's showing here are definitely orbs. Orbs or spaceships and not drones. So that's
Now, that's another
happening.
question.
I mean,
not to interrupt you.
I have orbs here too. I just bought a log cabin. This cabin is haunted, and I'm trying to convince the person that I bought this cabin from. That's a whole another discussion, though.
Yeah, we don't
Anyway,
get
go
into
ahead.
that, but go ahead.
Yeah. No, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, if you're seeing like extraterrestrial orbs in the sky, like Corey's saying, you can videotape and document those, which would be a good thing to do. You know?
Right. Yeah. Definitely.
I know what I was going to
But
say is after watching these basically every night for the last 3 years, rain, shine, snow, it didn't matter. They'd still come right through the clouds, come right down to me. But the best I could describe it and watching them is this is what I don't know, and I don't really know if any of us truly knows since we're not one of them or, haven't really
right.
interacted with them yet. But
Yeah.
what makes sense to me is even if they're cloaked, wouldn't the mask still be there even though we cannot see it?
Yeah. So
That's
put it this
like
way.
the
Another word.
theory of what was it? The dog in the box. Is the
Yeah,
dog
well,
actually was?
I'm not going no theory. I'm not chasing no rabbit down a hole.
Right.
I'm
Right.
Right.
being for real. But what I'm guessing is these triangles I was showing you tonight.
Yeah.
I always sees the 3 dots. What do we have on our vehicles on the farthest point of each corner?
Marker lights.
Exactly. Exactly. So would that be what these are? And so they're just trying to say that they're drones or orbs?
Well, in your case, I can tell you, Corey, you're not seeing drones. Those are all spaceships.
Yeah, these are craft.
Yeah, those are
'Cause
spaceships.
I've seen the actual triangle that dropped the. I've seen the finger latch that opened up and the orangish reddish rope drop out with a little
Yeah.
white rocket looking thing on it that dropped all the
Yeah.
drones out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I was a crew chief on a KC-135, and there were times where we'd see 5 or 6 of those.
Wow, interesting.
But nobody. As you were warned, well, now they're supposedly they're taking all these reports seriously, as I think they should have, and they should have done that years ago, instead of leading on people to believe that, well, this doesn't exist. But nobody's
Yeah.
willing to really say, well, what they are, who they are, how they
Yeah.
communicate, whether we have any of their craft or not, which I believe they do. And then you got the morons now that are on TV pointing up a camera up at the sky, and it's clearly it's a flipping airplane, and nobody
Yeah.
knows how to,
Well, that's because people need to see. I'm a C5 trained person. We have a group that's trained in C5. We can tell you what a plane is, a helicopter is. We've seen non-terrestrial spaceships here in Connecticut over the last 12 years of being active. I've been involved in this stuff for years. So, and
Yeah.
been
The
involved
strobe
in the
light's
subject
different.
for years. Yeah,
Belly light, the red light.
people want to see what they see, and when I look at videos on TikTok, I can tell whether they're actually seeing a helicopter, mistaken military helicopter for something they think is something else. But then when I see when I talk to people on here on TikTok, I've interviewed people, I've messaged them, and I say, you got some great footage there. You're actually documenting an armada of spaceships. I have a woman in Phoenix or somewhere in Arizona. I was looking at her footage. She got back to me. I said, what you got there is amazing. And she had a bunch of these lights that were in formation, and that's way different than a helicopter, a military jet, a commercial airliner, a blimp, whatever.
Right.
So, you have to know what you're looking at. And to be honest, to be fair to the people that are new to this, they might get excited and think they're seeing something that is non-conventional. But when I look at the video, I can tell them whether what they saw was a mistaken identity of something that it wasn't.
Thank you. I'm so glad to finally hear somebody say that.
Yeah. There are people that, honestly, they really do believe what they're seeing. And they will maybe one day see a UFO or a spaceship that's not ours, but they have to be patient and realize that everything up there, sometimes the blinding lights will say, wow, that's something. And if you get close enough to it, you see that's a helicopter.
Yeah, but
Correct,
when you actually do see the real thing, I don't care how many times you've seen it. I've dealt with this now every night for the last 3 years.
That's
It will literally make you feel like you are losing your mind.
Yep. Yeah. I was gonna. Yeah. That's what I was gonna.
It is.
say.
Yeah.
There's been no man on this planet that's ever been able to break me ever. I've beat my own drum and blazed my own trail my whole life.
There you go.
Right.
And I think, wait a minute, let me slow everybody down here. Jetty Beans Creation, I think, says, she's asking our mods, can you share his email, please? So my mods out there, put my email up for people to send video footage. If you are
Okay.
recording and documenting things, my mods, can you please put my email up there for everybody so they can actually do that? Okay, please do that. I've got a really great mods here. I just sometimes have to. Thank you so much. Thank you, Jetty, for asking that. So I want to bring up some new people here for now. Corey, thanks for coming up here, man. If you have anything popping up like that happened that first 5 minutes, we were looking at that light.
Oh,
Get
that's
on
every
here,
night.
man, and tell me about
That's
it. We
that's
want to
every
see
night.
it.
Every
Yeah,
single night.
every single night.
Did
Jason,
I didn't tell you about my in-person contact with him, did I?
no, now tell you didn't. I didn't even know. Tell me about the in-person contact.
Well, that was kind of a freaky deal because I don't sleep at night since this stuff's happened because it's been just out of this world stuff. But for some reason, I laid down and I thought I was dreaming. But I leaned up and I looked, and there was, I'm going to call it, was a male figure,
Hmm.
7 to 8 foot tall, had a
Wow.
bigger, pretty good sized head on him,
Hmm.
wearing like a white, I guess, a lab jacket looking thing. And there'd
Hmm.
have been what I'm going to say, a female being beside him, which had been to his left,
Right.
that was going to be between 6 and 7 foot tall,
Oh wow.
smaller frame.
Hmm.
And I just remember looking, leaning up, looking at him, waving at him, said, "Oh, hey," and smiling and laying back down. I thought I was
Yeah.
dreaming. The next morning, I get up. My friend was here, and I get up, go to the restroom, do the morning stuff, and I go to forget to get my drink, so I get back up. But when I go to put my sock on, I rub my ankle, and I felt something, so I pulled it off. Didn't think nothing about it. So I go get my drink, come back, go to put my shoes on. My sandal or my house shoe was plumb full of blood.
Oh my
I got a,
God. That's
I got a
that's not good.
huge I got a huge pile of blood underneath me. I mean, huge.
Hmm.
I'm like, what the heck is going on? Because I mean, it's a
Yeah.
huge. I didn't feel it. I didn't feel nothing. But the little thing I seen on the side of my ankle, right there on that artery,
Hmm.
looked like super glue. Just a little bitty tiny piece of super
Huh.
glue. Well, when I wiped it off, it was just gone because I just thought it was just, something that stuck
Yeah.
to me. I just
Yeah.
didn't like it there, so I just wiped it off, went on about my business. Never dreamed it was blood. And
Um.
my nurse or my lady that's next to me is a nurse for the state of Kansas for the health department. Talked to her about it, and she's like, "That's just bizarre, Corey." The weird thing is once I got it all cleaned up, I asked my friend if she might have started her monthly deal because I didn't want to embarrass her,
Right.
but I'm
Right.
this is a ton of blood, and of course I'm checking my manhood stuff because making sure I ain't
Well,
bleeding
let
out.
me ask you a question. Do you think you were implanted by those two beings? They did an implant.
Well, that's
It sounds
it's
like
so
they
really
did.
weird because as soon as I wiped that away and I mean, it took me over 10 minutes just to get all the blood out of my shoe. I mean, it was soaking. I mean, you could wring it out
Yeah.
everywhere and a
I'd
huge
have to
pile.
We're gonna have to meditate on this myself. I mean, to
There was not
I
even a
didn't.
spot, though,
I mean, so I
Yeah.
mean,
left
these have
on
been
me that was
female
blood.
people that have
There
been
was
that
no
What,
have
mark.
Jason?
there
Jason,
have
what were
been
we
people
saying?
that have gone to doctors and they have claimed to have been abducted. And I'm sure that we've all heard about little objects, so like as small as a grain of rice,
Right.
being implanted
Hmm.
into a person, and that
Yeah.
at some point the your human body, because it's got a foreign object inside of it, it doesn't know what to do with it. What happens? It gets irritated and stuff like that. Well, they go to the doctor. Hey, doc, I got this in my arm, or
Yeah.
wherever else it was planted in their body, and oh, check that out. We don't know what that is. And then they go and test it and find out that what it is, the material or whatever it is that it's made out of, doesn't
Yeah.
exist on the face of this planet.
That's
Mhm.
right. That's right. I met two people before I let you both down. I met two people years ago at a UFO conference. One was an ex-CIA agent, and he worked with a guy named Lear. I can't remember his first name. He was a surgeon, and their main thing was they took out implants that people had, and they had this. briefcase of all these implants in little clear plastic things that they took out of people that were implants. I can't remember. They were well-known speakers, and this guy did surgery on people that had implants in them. I just don't remember his name.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
What do you know about this crystalline grid?
What do I know about the crystalline grid?
Yep.
You mean the thing I'm looking at now, the lights?
No, it's called, you can Google it. It's called the crystalline, that's one word, grid.
I'd have to do some research on that. I have no idea about that.
It has to do with frequency of this planet.
Yeah. Yeah, John Lear,
That stuff
MD.
that I
That's the
got-
person. Thank you.
That stuff that I got burnt by the first night that this all happened, and I swelled up like Fat Albert, and my tops of my feet are still black to this day 3 years later. That is the stuff that they're working on that crystalline grid with.
Interesting. Well, Corey, we're going to have you back on another night. I'm going to try to get more people on
that's fine.
here.
Yeah.
But you really had so much information, I couldn't let you go. And
I haven't even got
everybody
started.
and we're going to have Corey on again, folks. I guarantee it. I guarantee it. I'm going to meditate on what happened to that
Thanks
the
for
blood
having me.
thing. Yeah, I'm going to see if I have to scan you for an implant. one
I don't
night.
feel negative about it.
Okay, that's just
I don't
weird
feel
that
bad
that
about it.
happened.
The only thing that made me feel weird is I thought it was a dream at first until that, I've been in wrecks. I was care flighted from wrecking my motorcycle when I was 15, was paralyzed. I rolled my truck, brain bleeds, broken backs, all kinds of stuff. I know what pain is and I know what blood is.
Yeah,
When I know if I hit
Yeah.
an artery, I'm going to feel it.
yeah.
I didn't feel nothing. And
Wow.
that's why I thought it was a dream first. But for me to get that
Yeah.
much blood, I had to hit an
Yeah.
artery.
Something
Common
happened
sense would
there.
say, if I'd have hit it hard enough to hit the artery, I'd have felt it.
Well,
I'd
one
have
night,
said, "Wow, dang, that hurt."
Blood out before then.
yeah. So what we're gonna do, Corey, is one night I'm gonna focus on those man and the woman that you had interactions with, and another night I want to focus on them a little bit more and ask you more about them. Hey, Jason, thanks for coming up with your questions and comments.
Yeah, thanks
We
for having
appreciate you, man. In the Finger Lakes area, welcome. And
Yes,
I'm
sir.
following you, Jason.
Thank
I'm
you.
going to follow you as a new friend, and we appreciate
sir.
you being here. Corey, we're going to let you down. Thank you so much, brother, for sharing that
Man, I
orb,
put a
that
bunch-
light that appeared. Man, I'm
I put
telling
a
you.
bunch more pictures on my TikTok here too, but I've got
Yeah.
I think 29,000 pictures right now. I got to still
Oh my
post.
God. Yeah, I have to go on your page and take a look at some stuff.
Yeah, for trigger buy or whatever it's called of memory.
Yeah.
Over 20,000 hours worth of videos.
So if people want to look at your page, just go to Corey, correct?
Yeah, just go
Okay.
the way it shows right here.
Yes, go to Corey, and you can see all the good stuff that he's documenting. Hey, Jason, again, thank you for coming up here. I appreciate it. And we are going to let Corey and Jason down.
Thank you.
Okay, you're very welcome. Okay, let's let's see here. We're going to bring some more people up. A lot of people have things to share here. Let me just do this here. We got to 100,000.5. I'm bringing up Michael B. TV, and then Maddie will be next. Michael B. is our next guest on Encounters. You're watching the #1 spiritual UFO talk show worldwide, Encounters. I'm your host, CmdrAleon. I'm a Contact Data talk show host on NPR Radio and involved in this subject for a lot of years. Let me see if we can get our guest on here. I know they've been waiting for a while. If you have information you want to share, please go into the queue or request box, and we will bring you up on the show tonight. This is Encounters. I'm your host, CmdrAleon. Welcome, everybody, to the show, wherever you are around the world. And tomorrow night, there's some video footage I want to show people, and I'm going to show it tomorrow night. I might try to show one tonight if I can, but no, I think I'll wait till tomorrow night. And TikTok is spinning around. Are you going to show the pics from Turkey? I'll show the video from Turkey. I'm going to try to show that one right now. Oh, we lost that person. And I will try to do this without having any problems. I'm only going to show the Turkey footage. I think I got it here. Yeah. So I have the Turkey footage, and it's under my documentation. So when I show you this footage, this is going to blow your mind. This is from Astrocommand Spaceship News, in case anybody wants to know. This is some really amazing footage that I have here. Let me just switch the camera. I'm going to flip the camera here. And in a second, you're going to see this. This is the only video I'm going to show tonight. Let me just see if I can do this. This is from Turkey. Let me see if I got it here, right here. And this is a spaceship. This is Ashtar Command spaceship news. Large spaceship over Turkey. Date of sighting December 24th of last year. Look at that. December of last year in Turkey. The woman was moving the camera a lot, but the footage is really good. Even though she was moving the camera, the footage is excellent. And this is what's going to be happening, folks. You're going to see increased sightings like this all over the world, guaranteed. This is the show where you're going to get information, disclosure information. This is the show where we're going to show you what's really going on here. Okay? The Pentagon's website, the Pentagon has a UFO website. I haven't been on it in a long time. But the Pentagon has not even shown half, the Pentagon hasn't shown even half the good footage. Excuse me. The Pentagon even hasn't shown half the good footage. And that's why disclosure is coming from encounters. With our guests here, like Corey, with video footage from Turkey, this is disclosure. Okay? Excuse me. And this is the kind of footage we're looking at. The stuff that happened with Corey earlier tonight when he came on with that big bright orb in the woods that disappeared and only spaceships in the sky, he sees these things every night. The story you shared about the man and the woman that were there, we're going to find out more about them. Okay? This is incredible. This is an amazing spaceship. I reviewed this video for quite some time before I posted it. This is really clear footage. This is really beautiful footage. Right here on Encounters. Okay? Please follow me. There's 681 people out here. So the 681 people that are watching this, please go to my bio and press the follow button. I need everybody to press follow. This way you can keep in touch with us here on Encounters. We're on nightly at 11 o'clock Eastern, 10 Central, 9 Mountain, and 8 o'clock West Coast. It's not a helicopter. Definitely not a helicopter. I've seen the helicopters on video. I've seen them when you do C5 events. This thing has got a radiant glow to it that is amazing. Pretty amazing. And please follow me. If you're not following Encounters, go to my bio page. Also, you can go to my YouTube channel. On my main bio, there's a link to my YouTube channel. This show will be on my YouTube channel by tomorrow. So you can watch all the previous shows of Encounters on YouTube, on Ashtar Command Spaceship News. On my main bio, just press the link to the YouTube channel and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Please follow if you're not following us. That's the best way you can keep in touch with Encounters. We've been on this TikTok thing for 3 years now. This is 3 years going into 2025. We've been here when other shows have disappeared. We've been constantly here providing you with disclosure information and cosmic truth. Okay, I'm going to go back to the screen now. Let's just turn the lights back on if I can. Okay. That's the video from Turkey. Let me see here. Okay. Well, that's our video for tonight. I'm going to save all the other video footage for. I'm going to save the other video footage for tomorrow night. We'll show another video tomorrow night. And I didn't have any problems with TikTok. So we want to be able to show you these videos. There's a lot of people recording some really amazing stuff here on TikTok over all the other social media. There's a lot of really interesting things happening here, folks. And thank you, Angel Care. And, you know, I always tell people, new and old people to the show, one of the key things that we live by is love. You know, because I'm a contactee, I also work with a thing called the Ashtar Command. These are space people that are of a cosmic Christ consciousness. I'm part of a group of 5. If you're not familiar with our show, Goddess, thank you for the follow. I've been involved as this for a long time. I'm a star seed. Well, there's not really federations, as there is one. Thank you, Half Pint, Marion Ray. Thank you. One of the things people need to know is that I come from a place beyond Earth. I'm human. I'm a star seed. If you know what the word star seed is, it means that I came here and had human parents here. I was seeded here to be here for this time. So there's many of you that would be understanding the word star seed. I would be considered one of those. I work with a thing called the Ashtar Command. I've been with them all my life. In fact, I've been with them before I came to Earth. So I operate in cosmic consciousness or a space consciousness, and then I operate in human consciousness. Excuse me for the coughing. Okay. And my mission here is there's a group of 5 of us. I know that Mary and Ray who are in here commenting, they are in contact with the Anunnaki. They've had contact with the Anunnaki. If you've heard, people have heard of the Anunnaki, some maybe not. There's been documentaries on Discover Channel and on History Channel about the Anunnaki. The Anunnaki are very positive, beautiful, tall people. They're human. They're tall, but they're human. Okay? And they exist. They're real. Now, you'll hear people that say things about the Anunnaki that just aren't true, that create things that aren't true. I'm okay. But I'm drinking my apple cider. So I didn't see the question. So when I'm not answering the question, I'm going to bring up Mitchell. Mitchell, I'm going to bring you up, brother. I didn't see your question, so I'm going to take you and bring you up on the show. Then there'll be no question about me not answering your question. I didn't even see your question. So Mitchell, you're invited to the show to come up live. There's a multi-guest option. We'll be happy to bring you up here. Then I can answer your question. I didn't even see it. Mary says that I'm Andromedan starseed. Beautiful, see? Let's see if Mitchell comes up. Mitchell said he didn't answer his question, and now I'm not getting a response. I think it might have gotten filtered, Mitchell. TikTok filters words, so it's very possible your question got filtered. That's why I'm trying to bring you up live. If you're still there. Maybe you're not. Hey, Chronicle Michelle. Oh, there he is. Is Mitchell there? There we go. Delayed technical things going on here. Let's see if we can get Mitchell on here with TikTok. Hey, Mitchell. How you doing?
Hi. Pretty good, you?
I didn't ignore you. TikTok filters out words, and then people say I didn't answer the question. I didn't even see it. So I always like to bring people up when I hear that. Welcome to the show. Tell us what your question was.
I was just wondering, all these sightings and stuff, what what are they waiting, or what are they doing? Are they going to come and take us, or what? Are they taking people, or what are they doing here
Okay,
now?
I can answer your question. Where you located? What part of the world?
I am in West Virginia.
Oh, West Virginia. That's a beautiful place, man. So, yeah, I'll answer your question. I've been involved in this thing, as I said, I'm a star seed. I've been involved with the space people pretty much all my life and before I even really knew it.
Right,
So, the good space people are here to help us. They're not here to take us anywhere. They're
right,
here to wake us up and get us to start focusing on who we are as opposed to doing the thing every day, going to work, getting home, being with our family, having dinner, watching the boob tube. It's a way bigger thing than that. I'm glad you're watching my program. So
right,
to answer your question, it's really involved, and I'm going to answer it very distinctly. The space people have been here for billions of years. They've lived in the what I call the inner Earth, the Agartha network. If you study that, that'll
yeah,
give you some really good information. Subterranean cities. If you look at the space beyond Earth, they come from all different galaxies, all different solar systems, way beyond the vibrational frequency patterns of our own planet, which originally was in a 3D pattern. Our planet now is operating in a higher frequency. That's why things are shifting. People are seeing all these things in the sky now, these orbs and everything that people are seeing. People that never had any belief system in any of this stuff are recording this stuff, and they're putting it on YouTube, or if they're on TikTok, they're doing it. We're getting ready for major contact. We're going to have contact. But in order to have contact, every human being needs to get centered. That means, let me ask you a question. Throw it out there. Do you meditate at all?
I do not.
You do not. So when I do workshops, the key thing I do with people, I center them. I use very high frequency music, and I teach them to go within and center so that they can learn how to do a focus on contact with higher frequency star people. And anyone can do it, but you have to focus on it. So one of the things I would give you as a homework assignment, so to speak, which is free, is to center on using higher dimensional music. You can get it on YouTube and just use it on ambient meditation music or cosmic Christed music, which is another high frequency, and spend about maybe 30 minutes a night or day, whenever you want to do it. It's up to you. And just breathe within and breathe out of your nostrils 3 or 4 times. And as you learn to do that, it's like learning how to do the treadmill. You don't want to do it, but you start doing it and you get really into the treadmill and you're doing really good, right? So
Right,
consciousness has to be trained too. Consciousness is asleep. Most human consciousness is asleep. When consciousness wakes up, you're not thinking about, the game show that's going to be on Friday night. You're thinking about something completely different, which is connecting to your higher self. We all have one. If we connect to your higher self, you'll be able to be ready for contact. And that goes for every single viewer here that's watching the show right now. And TLL, I think, is if you find videos of 432 hertz frequency, that's a very high frequency. Some people in my audience know about frequencies. So look to do that. And, they're not going to be taking us anywhere. They're here to help us clean up. They're not going to clean up our mess for us, but they're here to assist us to be what we're supposed to be, which is part of a spiritual planetary grouping of planets throughout the universe that live in peace. And, this planet has had life on it for billions of years. People only talk about thousands of years, like they look at thousands of years, but people
right,
forget we are billions of years old, right? So we've had Lemuria, Atlantis, the land of Mu. Before Egypt happened, there was very advanced civilizations in what you call Egypt. Before it was Egypt, way, way back. But we don't get taught those things because we're only taught history from a couple of thousand years ago, right? We're not
right.
taught in schools about the ancient galactic civilizations that were here on Earth. But they are. There are people walking amongst us that have come off spaceships. You would never know who they are until you walk next to them. You look in their eye and you're going to know they're different.
Huh. So you say everybody on the planet before they make contact with us actually has to do this meditation and
Yeah. People need to get themselves, the people need to get, human beings need to get their act together.
right,
Because if you don't, space people don't want to contact people that are, they're going to be contacting us. people that are going to be operating in a fear-based negative time frame, or saying, oh, we don't, these people are coming, we need to defend ourselves. There are people like that on our planet. We have, billions of people on Earth, and not everybody is a peaceful human being that is willing to learn these things. But human beings have to learn these things in order to be ready for contact.
Well, I know a few of them that need to learn it. These leaders need to learn it. I probably
Yeah.
shouldn't have said that.
No, that's all right. I mean, the fact is, when contact happens, the world governments, as we understand them now, will eventually cease to exist. On other planets, the space people, where they live, they don't have governing systems like this. They don't have politicians. They don't have religions. They don't have everything separated. There's nothing like that. They live in very harmonious ways, and they live in peace and harmony. They live in places where all the food they have is pure and clean. Their waters are pure and clean. Their life is one of love and unconditional understanding. On Earth, we're going to get there when contact happens. It's going to be a transition period, but we're going to get there. And I'm here to help people do it.
Some of these beings are actually, I've heard that they are us like billions of years in the future coming back to visit us, or is that right? Or
there are people with that theory that they are us, but in a sense, what I would say is we are and them are the same. We are just here in a human experience. So we as human beings, all of you out there, all the hundreds of you out there, we came here at birth and forgot who we were. We have mothers, fathers, grandparents, daughters, sons, whatever, right? We know that we have all that, cousins, relatives here. But it's way more than that. We came here forgetting who we were. We came here to have a human experience, and boy, did we get into a human experience, right? Well, we had nuclear bombs created for Hiroshima and Nagasaki. We had scientists creating nuclear testing above ground when I was growing up as a kid. All these things occurred on this planet called Earth. And at the same time we were doing that, there are people living in the inner Earth. There are space cities in our oceans that are been there for billions of years. But most human people on the surface would never, ever understand that. But that's why I'm here.
So let me ask you, these people that are really, really smart, like Albert Einstein, did they have, that created like the nuclear energy and stuff like, did they have like some kind of, I don't know what you would call it, like they used their brain obviously more than we did,
They were brilliant, but who was more brilliant than Einstein was Nikola Tesla. Nikola Tesla was a starseed. He came here into human form. He was a starseed, but in his time period, he had be able to create free energy devices. Now, the reason why he was able to do that is because he wasn't from here. Tesla versus Einstein, Tesla was far more of a starseed than even Einstein. Not to say Einstein might not have been one, even though he was brilliant. The difference between the two is one was here to provide free energy for the whole planet, which existed on other planets beyond Earth. On Earth, we could have free energy if we allowed the Tesla energy systems to be utilized on planet. Everybody would have free energy. You wouldn't be paying electric bills.
Right. So they shut
Tesla,
him down.
And we're not talking about Tesla Motors. We're talking about Nikola Tesla.
Right, Nikola. Yeah, I know exactly who you're talking about.
Right.
But yeah, if they shut him down, so because they wouldn't make no money off of the way he wanted to do it.
Oh yeah, there was a lot of greed, and that's what these people had. The people with all the money around the world who know about the space people, the extraterrestrial intelligence, they don't want to see things change. They want to have control of the planet. But I got news for you. The time of their control is coming to an end sooner than they think. And, no matter how crazy the world looks on TV, I'm telling you, contact happens, it's going to change and shift the way we all live on the planet. It's going to shift everything.
Well, hopefully it's in a good way.
Oh, it's all going to be good. The space people are human. My mother and father are human beings. They're taller than I am. My sister is taller than I am. My two brothers on the spaceship. My two sisters and my brother. My two sisters are taller than I am, and my brother on the spaceship are taller than I am. And before the end of this year's up, there's a group of 5 of us that are being taken off planet. And we're going to come back. We're going to be taken off planet. and we're going to be coming back with information to help people. And so that's really crucial for people to understand that these kinds of things are going to happen, and they're going to happen soon. Soon, meaning this year at some point.
Right. So I got one more question. These drones, are we sending them up there to watch these orbs, to wonder, to find out what they are, or what's that all about?
So I can answer that question without any hesitation. I'm come to the conclusion when this thing started in the late part of 2024 to 2025, when the people were in New Jersey and other places recording what you call these drones, these large drones. I believe that a portion of them are being controlled by the Pentagon or the Department of Defense, and the other ones that are not drones, that look like drones, can actually morph into an orb. Now, the ones that are changing their shape from a drone to an orb are not drones, but they're mimicking the drones. But the ones that are drones are basically the Department of Defense. I believe those are being controlled by our government.
Yeah, Elon Musk built them. I don't know.
No, not Elon, but I just tell people, don't trust anybody in any world government. You need to focus on inner meditation.
Right.
Don't get too caught up with everybody in every government. It's really important to understand there's something major that's happening here. People every day are recording stuff and putting it on TikTok, and a lot of these people never had these sightings before. This is their first time. There's too much going on around our planet right now that's being recorded and documented, and we don't have to worry about the Ministry of Defense telling us the truth. We don't have to worry about the Pentagon or the DOD coming out with the truth, because they're not going to tell you the truth. Why wait? Why should people? I tell people, do not wait for something on national TV to come forward. It's not going to happen.
Right.
You're the ones that are going to be disclosure. Every one of you, Mitchell, everybody out here. Everybody out here is going to be disclosure.
Well,
remember, you have a camera on a cell phone, a smartphone. You get out there, have it fully charged up, and you see something, record it, document it, everybody. Document, document, document.
Well, I'd like to see it. My girlfriend was killed a year ago in a car wreck, and I would love to see her again. Yes.
Well, it won't work that way. I mean, when this thing happens, those that have passed on, they've gone on to another level. But for the human race here, those that are getting themselves together, when contact happens, you will actually interact with the space people when that time comes. There'll be an interaction for everybody. It's not exclusive, it's inclusive.
Well, I'm 56 years old, so is it going to happen before I...
Oh, yeah, it's going to happen way before it's going to happen sooner than you think.
Well, that's it. Very interesting. I don't think I've ever... me and a buddy of mine was out to his farm the other night, and we saw... His boy said it was an airplane. I don't think it was an airplane, because it was doing some pretty weird stuff. Really.
Yeah. Did anybody record anything? You get your phones out?
No, we was sitting in the truck, and he was out. His boy was standing outside the truck, and I was looking up through my window, the passenger window, and then my buddy was looking through the windshield, and it was moving, I mean, sideways, and his boy said, well, it's an airplane. I said, well, that's not an airplane. But no, we didn't record it.
Next time it happens, record it. Get the phones out and record it. Right. That's really important. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir. I appreciate you having me on there.
Yeah, I'm glad I got to get you on so I can hear what you wanted to say. I appreciate you. I'm going to follow you now as a friend of the show, and I am already following you, so very good.
Okay, I thank you, sir.
Okay, Mitchell, take care, my friend. I'm going
to hang out and watch you here for a little while.
Yeah, hang out. Don't go anywhere. We're here.
All right.
I'm going to bring my next guest up here. Let's see who we got. We've got a bunch of folks here. Let's see. Where do I go here?
Hi.
Hey, good evening. How are you doing?
Good.
Good. I'm not saying you have to come on camera, but I do have the ability to invite you through camera if you're presentable. I have a button I'm pressing here. You're going to see something pop up.
Yeah, I'm a real person. Like I showed like me on camera, but I turned it back off because like my hair's crazy and stuff right now.
No problem. So good to have you with us. Tell us what you want to share and talk about here on Encounters tonight.
I know those drones, like, I would just laugh when they come on the news. I'm like, those things have been over my house for 3 years. Are you kidding me? Like,
Yeah.
for real. Like,
So you've had 3 years of what you call drones. Have you seen the orbs as well, or just the drones?
okay, these drones are not drones. I don't know what they are, like you were talking about. They're, like,
Yeah.
different. They almost look like triangles in the sky.
Oh, your voice is fading out. Are you there?
Yeah.
Now you're better. Okay. So they're not drones. So what do they look like?
They almost look like triangles. They're like blue and red light almost.
Oh, yeah, those are probably spaceships.
And they project an image, like almost, they've projected an image like down to my face. And it'll be like a little man almost. And he'll be like waving at me. In 2021, I believe, like I worked at a gas station and this kid came in. And he was tall, pale, you know, had long, blonde, white hair. And his family kind of looked like him. And at the time, there was no alien talk, none of that stuff, right? This kid comes in and he doesn't appear to need anything. And he was like probably 18, 19 from the looks. He had a funny accent. And I was like, where are you from? And he was like, all over. And I was like, all over where? He said, well, my parents raised me in outer space. Like, this kid was coming to warn me about something. He came in twice to tell me not to do the thing because that was during, you know, the pandemic.
Yeah.
And he was like, yeah, go ahead.
So he was his parents were space people and he was a space person.
Yeah, and I've had a vision, like, I don't know if you have visions. I do. But, like, I had a vision of me, like, kissing my family, like, goodbye, almost. And I was, like, apprehensive in this vision. And it's almost like I went into, like, some kind of, like, chamber. And I think that I'm up there down here. Does that make sense?
Yeah, yeah.
I think I'm part of the Galactic Federation. I almost believe it.
Well, when the kid was there, the space kid with his family, did you feel a connection to them?
Not at the time, but I wasn't like, I didn't, he was serious. And I was just kind of like, And, you know, then things started to unfold.
Yeah.
A little rapidly at that point.
Yeah.
Like, the free energy that you're talking about, it's already here. What they've done is they've co-opted it and just hidden it from us so that we don't know we actually have access to it. That's the crap part.
Well, I know people, I had interviewed when I was doing radio, well, I've been doing radio, but I had somebody many years ago who was building Tesla devices on a farm. He had to leave the United States and go to Costa Rica because the government was going after him, and they were trying to shut down him from building these Tesla devices for free energy. And yeah.
From what I understand, this is my own knowing, I can't prove it, but I believe Isis was like a human geneticist. Like, she's a geneticist is what I truly believe. And I think the pyramid in the Gaza Strip, Lord help me, is the base, the Ark of the Covenant. They're like electric generators. They're put under like natural bridges with waterfalls all over. And it creates a grid of electricity that we are all connected into. That's why these pyramids are on naturally occurring ley lines in the ground, and these these bases have the technology to pull the vibration and the frequency up.
Absolutely correct. And not to mention the pyramids in the oceans. There's pyramids that are active in our Atlantic Ocean in the Bermuda Triangle area. They have the crystal structures that are still on them. They're in the very deep part of the Atlantic.
I didn't know that. Like, I know that there's always been like something with the Bermuda Triangle, but that would make sense. That would be why there would be
Yeah.
electromagnetic interference.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And
Right.
also, it's
Absolutely.
quite possible there's a portal there. Like Stonehenge is a portal. Used to be a
Oh yeah.
portal.
The Bermuda Triangle. The portal there is where people have gone missing.
Yeah.
Their leisure boats have been seen floating with no people in them. They've been taken off planet into another galactic dimension.
I think that something happened like a couple years ago that actually kind of destroyed the timeline or the reality that we were experiencing.
Mm-hmm.
And it, like, we merged with another reality. The
Yeah.
reality, I was telling someone else this earlier, like, when you come from another reality, you just merge into the version of yourself that exists on the alternate timeline. So,
Interesting.
like, I don't know, the people from that particular reality or that timeline will have memories of things that were different, and
Yeah.
there's slight differences. Like, when I was a kid, when they would talk about, like, if you kidney punch someone, it's in your lower
Right.
back. That's where your
Right.
kidneys are. Now, if you
Yep.
look at a diagram of your human skeletal system and where the organs are placed, your
Mm-hmm.
kidneys are now higher up under the rib cage, which is not something that it's not a place that they were in the reality I came from. It's
Mm-hmm.
like we're genetically tweaked a little.
Yeah. That's a good way of putting it. We're genetically tweaked. The thing is, and like Fry always say, I'm a starseed. When I had contact with the space people in the 60s in a cul-de-sac in my house looking at their spaceship and saw the men, women, and children in light blue outfits, I couldn't get my parents or my brother to come upstairs. They wouldn't come upstairs. So I knew later on in years that that was only for me to be seen. It wasn't for them. I wanted to include them, but they weren't. Their reality was like,
Yeah, we're existing in parallel realities with alternate versions of ourselves,
yeah,
which is, we're being shown all the possibilities of where we can go from here.
yeah,
So,
absolutely.
whatever you want to experience when you reach a certain level of consciousness, you get to co create with the universe, right?
Hmm. Hmm.
So you're saying, okay, I want to experience this. So how do I get there from here? You don't move, you just change who you are, not who you are, but your vibration. You become
Right.
what you want to experience.
And you're right. It's all about vibration. That's the key thing. When we as human beings, and there's billions of humans here that need to get their vibrations up, and there's millions that have, but there's still people. To get your vibration up, you have to be centered and turn everything off in the 3D world in order to get your vibration up. So if people are confused about how I do this, it's centering, meditating with the word Om or You. Those are the two highest vibrational words, Om or You. And if you use that, do a half-hour meditation with Om or You, it will up your frequency.
I'm horrible at meditating. I told someone this earlier. Like, I do not like to meditate.
But you have a lot of knowledge, and
Well,
even though
I
you don't
am
meditate,
directly connected to the Akashic Library. Like, I have the energetic downloads.
mm-hmm,
I've apparently unlocked my energy centers. And see, that's another thing. All these planets are lining up right now. Why do you
mm-hmm,
think that is? Each planet is indicative of a chakra system, which is a portal of energy.
yeah,
So our actual chakras are becoming aligned and energetically open. So we're aligning the planets, so to speak. I did a lot of like Reiki, which will bring things to the surface, and you have to deal with it anyway. Like,
mm-hmm,
you don't pass these universal tests without, like, literally going through and understanding yourself. You understand self. Why does this trigger me? Why do I
mm,
feel this way? Where does it come from? And you sit with it, the feeling, and actually understand where it originates. And then you like take accountability for your crap.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Forgive yourself, forgive those that have hurt you because they didn't, even though it hurt, it was necessary for your growth because everyone learns differently.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, absolutely true.
without adversity, there's no growth. Like,
well, you know what? We're going to have to continue this discussion another evening, which I'm so excited to do.
that's
We're on
fine.
the East Coast, and I love having you on here, and I love what you're sharing. It's about 126. We're 116. So everybody who also just want to say, everyone go to my bio and press the follow button. If you're not following Encounters, please follow. Musek, thank you so much for sharing. You might not do meditation, but you definitely are. You're tuned in. You got it. You got it tuned in. You
I
know what's going
see
on.
so many different
Yeah.
versions of reality. It's hard for my mind to slow down enough.
Yeah.
If I sing and listen to music out loud, like it clears my mind because I'm thinking of
Yeah.
lyrics. You're using both sides of your brain, so it's
Yeah.
a hemi sync.
hmm Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah, thank you for having me up.
Oh, it's been a pleasure. You've been a great guest. My last guest for tonight. I need to get some rest here, folks.
Good night.
Yeah, and like Deborah said, you're right on track. People loved hearing what you were saying. Okay, Deborah, Deborah, what am I talking about? Musek. My mind's starting to
It's
go
okay.
here. I'm going to change your name here. So we're going to let you down off the
All
ship.
right. Thank you.
And thank you. All right, everybody. It's been a night. We've had some great stuff. Tomorrow night, we're going to do more at 11 o'clock. If you wanted to be a guest, you can be a guest tomorrow night. We'll show some more spaceship footage tomorrow night on the show. I want to thank everybody for being here. You're all great. All the new people, all the other people. Jen, you'll get there. And Jen, you know what? We'll have to bring Jen up on the show. Jen, maybe I'll bring you up and I'll answer some of your questions and we'll help you be less confused. Definitely. Everybody out there, have an amazing Tuesday. Got through Monday. Tuesday's coming. The weekend will be here soon. And we're still in winter. So everybody take care. I love you all. I appreciate your watching the show. You've been great. We'll bring people on tomorrow night. And let's see, Catholic tradition tomorrow night after 11. Come back on the show. We'll be happy to talk to you and certainly have a conversation with you on the show. Okay, everybody, it's time to go. And maybe when we go to sleep tonight, we'll astral travel to the spaceship. Who knows? Everybody, have a good night. Thanks for calling. Thanks for watching Encounters, the #1 spiritual UFO talk show right here for 3 years on TikTok. Take care, everybody.